A Marketing Guide. Chapter 1. Brand Marketing/Branding. Corporate Identity/Corporate Image/Brand Personality. Sell sincerity. Corporate identity is the face you put on your company. Scrutinize your corporate identity. How a company presents itself makes a difference. Is the logo appropriate? Is it dated? Does it communicate the right message and the correct image? Is the president the only one who understands it? What about the company colors? Are they reminiscent of the late 50s? Do the letterhead, mailing labels and business cards convey a strong, positive message, or are they dull and ordinary looking? If you don't think this is important, your competitors will be thrilled. Angular.com/corpident.html. Branders.com. BrandIdentityGuru.com. BrandInstitute.com. Branding 1. Branding is simply tying some emotion to your product and marketing it this way. There is some American artist who painted Norman Rockwell-type paintings and built an empire selling his type of furniture, clothes, even homes, all supposedly reflecting that good, old down-home feeling. There's some Jeep that markets itself as free and rugged. Brand marketing is emotion or image marketing. You associate your product with some emotional them that you hope your target audience identifies with and buys. You are selling a personality. Some brand images that immediately come to mind are strength, dependability, tradition, loyalty, freedom, love, beauty, fun, powerful, young, vital, big and bad, tough. A brand is the reason why a consumer picks brand B over brand A, all other things being equal. Of course, the game is emotion, especially for women customers. Give them a feel-good kinda thing, but it's also for strength, dependability, and reputation, as it is for most men who want tough, functional products they can depend on. Within psychological theory, there are two basic and one deeper way to get to people. Pavlovian classical conditioning is the process of trying to pair your logo and name with something pleasant. When people see the golden arch of McDonald's, many are supposed to be conditioned to salivate, think about good-tasting food and crave it. For operant conditioning, when you see brand, a company logo or name, you think of how beneficial it was to you the last time you used it. For example, I first bought a brand B computer. It worked terrible. They gave me horrible service, so I went to brand A where the computer worked smoothly and they gave me good service, so I will now stick with brand A until my future experiences tell me to switch. Incidentally, this is the new consumer loyalty. In the past, because you lived in a small community and knew the local shopkeepers, you were loyal to them, but nowadays, you're loyal to who gives you the best price, the most stuff and the best service today. The third force is this mystical psychic spiritual type of force. I see them hyping up in some of the newer business psychology type books. My interpretation of it is that they're trying to deify the concept of branding such that a consumer identifies with a certain corporate brand because it's part of him or her in a metaphysical way. The consumer feels that these people are at the same level of his lifestyle. They share the same cosmic view of life. They are kindred spirits. It's supposed to be more an ideological thing than a material thing of buying product X because you need it and it works. Why do people buy Nike running shoes and sportswear over all the rest? It's not because Nike products are superior, because they're not. They're all the same. It's because Nike, by signing up big-name pop culture celebrities and sponsoring all kinds of cool events, has positioned itself as the cool, elite tribe of yuppies, young snobs, fashion-conscious jocks and other young, pop culture, elitist wannabes. By wearing a Nike logo on your person somewhere, you're announcing to the world that you're a brainwashed clone who buys into the corporate, capitalist, pop culture agenda of the commercial world, and you belong to this phony tribe of cool, elite, special, uppity, vain people that Nike has branded itself into. This is the way it works. When you buy a Jeep Commando, you're not buying a functional truck to help get you through the snow because, for most people, who are urban dwellers, you will never drive through the snow. The city plows will plow it all up as soon as it happens, but that's not important. What's important is that you see yourself as a tough, independent, pioneering, exploratory, adventurous type of guy, and you want other people to see you like this. It doesn't matter that you're a generic nerd who works in an office, wears Nike logos, buys coffee at Starbucks, and the most adventurous thing you do is to work out at the brand name Gold's Gym. You have this image of yourself and you need the Jeep to help you reassure yourself that in another era, you would have been a big, bad, tough guy, pioneer, explorer, warrior. Plus it helps you put this image off to others, and who knows, you might get a chick with a fantasy of a mountain man or an exploratory alpha male as gleaned from an action movie and a romance novel, coming on to you because she sees you with the Jeep, the Kodiak work boots, the coolness of your Nike logo, and the suave of your Goofy Luffy brand tie. You're projecting that branded commercial message, and she, as another generic, dumb consumer, is consuming it. So that's the way the game is played, and you thought you were above all that. In an era of the behemoth, Microsoft, and IBM, why do people buy Apple computers? It's because they see themselves as modern-day Michelangelos, artists, a cut above the generic, unwashed masses of humanity. I don't think Apple started off with this in mind, but the brand evolved this way because Apple is like a Cadillac next to those other types of computers with their Windows operating system. This is the latest attitude to branding, to get into the commercial, cosmetic soul of an individual. A guy like me would never buy coffee at Starbucks unless I was trying to impress a chick with how cool and urbane I am. Starbucks is for the nouveau chic, the yuppies trying to be trendy and uppity, the people who can afford to spend $3 or more on a cup of coffee because their brief appearance in the store makes them feel cool within themselves. I'm a cool, successful yuppie, and could expose them to a cool, young, single, trendy chick or guy with disposable income looking to meet someone who is into the same brands. You never know, it could happen. You will pay double for a cup of coffee for this possibility. If an individual is really connected to his or her soul, corporate brands will mean nothing to them unless it's backed up by a good quality functional product with good service. Marketers know this, but they also know that most people aren't enlightened. Of course, they all think they're free and enlightened, which is another way to market to their vanity, without them realizing it, but they're not, so marketers are happy to appeal to the cosmetic souls of these people, the images they have of themselves and the images they want to give off to the world, and it works. Think of Carl Jung's archetypes, characters, and images of standard roles people play in their lives. Marketing at the cosmetic soul is to pick the archetype that fits your brand and sell this lifestyle, or at least the perception of it, this way of being, to your potential target market. What is the core value of your company? What core value do you want to give off to your customers about who you are and what you stand for? How excited or passionate are you as a company? What is your big idea? Brand it that way, simple, clear, true, and people-like enough so that people get it and relate to it, as opposed to some deep, off in the clouds brand. In order to get to everybody in your potential target market, your brand personality has to appeal to them on an emotional, gut, intuitive level. You have to come off likable, but you have to have substance, quality, and logic backing it up, which means your products are pretty damn good despite the hype. Wrap it up in a visually good-looking icon/logo and a good name, and you're all set. Now that you have your core message, where do you want to go from here? Do you want to stay the same or evolve your message and product base, therefore your customer base, somehow? Whatever you do, if you lie and overpromise, your brand will just as quickly become associated with a turkey as it could be perceived as a cool, happening champion of life and humanity. Explain your brand. Keep it simple. Leave nothing to chance. Richard Branson of the Virgin brand wanted to introduce his brand of soda pop to North America, so he made these quirky ads with a bunch of bohemian-looking people standing around. It flopped because they didn't explain that these are cool, independent, maverick-thinking people ready to take on the big giants, Pepsi and Coke. If you watch out for people driving expensive sports cars, you'll find a lot of older men who have money but no natural vitality. You see a lot of nerds driving big SUVs, ABD big, bad Jeeps. Keep repeating your message over and over again. Talk to your customers. Find out what their ally thinking. Use whatever feedback they give you to make your company better. Branding 2. People buy things that make them feel good. Branding is designed to make people feel good. A brand is only as good as the claims made through it are honored. Your brand is a conversation between you and your customer. Who are your customers and what makes them tick? Persuade customers into action. Good branding is building up a positive expectation in the consumer, then delivering on it. Treat the consumer as your friend and partner. You're growing and developing with him or her. Good branding is not selling, it's more subtle. It's helping people with their needs, taking them for a good ride of the experience they want with you. Brand marketing is geared to appeal to people's vanity. They want to look like cool, happening cats to others on the cutting edge of life. They want to identify with the cool people in pop culture, which is why many companies try to brand themselves as cool, happening entities. Think of Nike and Pepsi. Are they trying to be cool or what? Branding is all about appealing to the feelings of an individual, making him or her feel something different because they use your product. It's usually a feeling or coolness or elitism, but it could be other things like wise, wealthy, free, successful, classy, adventurous, funny, sexy, powerful, wild, daring, strong, radical, beautiful, independent, etc. You are not just trying to create a great widget. You are trying to connect emotionally with the people who might be buying those widgets. You are trying to romance your customers. You are trying to make them feel a dreamy moment of infinite possibilities when they are exposed to your product. This doesn't work with all products. For instance, McDonald's strength is safety and familiarity, but Sony says they help dreamers dream and try to get that across in their branding. So does Microsoft. Watch their TV commercials. Some brands don't work, at least for part of the population. When I saw Sprite come out with ads with rappers in them trying to come off as funky ghetto, I thought it was pretty stupid. It turned me off to them, this big, mainstream company all of a sudden trying to come off like off the hook with the latest pop culture gimmick. And I'm not amused with Richard Branson's silly antics. If you run an airline like Virgin, you had better be serious about it. I don't want the impression that there are a bunch of hippies running that business. It doesn't work for me. Personally, I would never wear a Nike product unless I got it for free, and I did get a free windbreaker once, but the fact is that Nike is currently considered the logo of the coolest tribe of mainstream society. I've seen everybody wear this stuff with those logos on them, from trailer trash people to politicians, all trying to belong to the coolest tribe of humanity. I know 2 guys who each bought a Rolex watch once they started making big money. Is this stupid or what? This is the power of branding, to make some idiot spend 20 grand on a watch. You can buy a watch for $10. I've got about 4 watches sitting in a box. I bought one at a flea market for $1. I rarely ever wear a watch. Think of branding as trying to capture a customer by appealing to a person's emotions, to make him special, elite, or more open to the possibilities of life because he has your product. In the marketplace, you have 2 choices. 1. To sell a product without emotion. In this case, you are striving for quality at the lowest possible price. 2. To sell a product based on emotion, where you are trying to capture the customer's imagination to make him feel really cool, free, easygoing and good if and when he purchases, uses, drinks and or wears your product. You have to separate yourself from the pack of similar products. Pepsi does this by saying they're young, hip, and cool, but everybody with a brain knows that all colas are basically the same. There are 2 components. 1. The actual, real function of the product. 2. The image you superimpose onto it, which could be as fake as hell, but this is what often separates a product from the competition and the one that image-conscious, yuppie types buy. Business branding is marketing your business name and image as a wholesome, cool, mainstream thing that the consuming public feels comfortable with. I personally think the easiest way to brand something is to create a character, either a real person or a cartoon character, to represent your product. People remember characters more than they remember other things. We all feel comfortable with Charmin toilet paper, Maxwell House coffee, McDonald's restaurants, and Chevy trucks because they've been around so long and advertised so much that they seem like part of Americana, part of the family for their familiarity to us. This is what all great businesses aspire to be. When you think of the word Microsoft, you're supposed to think of Bill Gates, a mild-looking man with glasses with his merry band of nerds slaving away to make superior, quality products for you, so you automatically think Microsoft equals superior, quality, familiar products. Think of Harley-Davidson. At one time, it was so on the skids that a Japanese company owned it, but Americans bought it back and made it into an image of both hard, solid American, quality craftsmanship, what built this country, as well as the free-spirited eagle, soaring like the wind on the bike, free and strong. This is good branding. People see the name of a company and it automatically conjures up a feeling of familiarity, quality, and comfort for them. Brands bring warmth, comfort, and familiarity. If I'm in China and I see a bottle of Nestle hot chocolate powder on the shelf, I will buy that over all the other brands there I don't know because I'm familiar with it. I know I won't be getting any unpleasant surprises. If you've got 20 companies manufacturing computers and hundreds of retail outlets selling them, how so you separate yourself from the bunch? You brand yourself like IBM or Dell do. There is also a big nostalgic element to branding. Many people tend to stick with brand name products they used as kids because it's connected to family and familiarity somehow. The champion of branding is probably Google. Out of at least 50 search engines out there, of which Yahoo was the leader for a while, all of a sudden people started saying I'm gonna Google this or that, and the next thing you know, they got the biggest share of the market. When you think Google now, you think of these smart, innovative people on the cutting edge of life in the modern world. Think of branding as romance. You're dating the customer, trying to seduce him with how beautiful and fabulous you are. On some primal level, you want him to fall in love with you so he can shoot out his money at you. Be smart about your branding. Some products are just not cool. Your best bet with these functional products is to go for quality and low price over trying to create some cool image, but for some products like beer, cigarettes, booze, cars, pop, and running shoes, image is everything. The experts say good branding comes from keeping it simple and clear. It has to be what they call a high concept, something you can express in one sentence or less that conjures up an immediate idea or image in the beholder. Your concept has to be simple, like Americana, apple pie, a Norman Rockwell painting, speedy delivery, good quality, big, a good deal, etc. I even read an article about upscale branding, which is the assumption that a certain segment of the population sees themselves as wealthier, more superior, more upscale and more sophisticated than the average plebes out there. They have to have the most expensive brand of everything for their egos and to project an image to others. In fact, they go against the psychology of the average consumer looking for a bargain. They don't feel good unless they think they are buying the most exclusive product in a particular product line and paying more than everybody else, because this makes them feel elite and superior even if the product is no better than any other but just has a fancy brand name attached to it. Branding can backfire if the product isn't as good or cool as the branders claim. If people sense it's phony or orchestrated, or if the quality doesn't cut it, the brand won't catch on. It will be left in the dust. In addition, a certain segment of the population are left-wing, counterculture types like me who resent pop culture entertainment and commercial indoctrination, so we purposely do not buy products that are heavily branded because we feel it's an insult to our dignity as human beings, but don't worry about it. Cultural indoctrination is much too strong for anyone to worry about losing market share because of the few cynical radicals out there. Most people are sheeple. They want to be cool based on what the box tells them is cool. People never stop buying. Consumers are never satisfied. Every day when I jog past the mall that's about 400 yards from where I live, the parking lot is always busy. Complicated doesn't cut it. You want the customer to associate with a positive emotional gut response. Most of us have been so brainwashed by the golden arch that it gives us a warm, comfy feeling of food and familiarity when we see it. This is great branding. It elicits an automatic, positive warm emotional response. Simply identify what your business is all about, create a simple brand message and icon, logo, music and commercials, front person, company name, stationery, typeface used, etc. around this theme. Make it cool, unique and maybe fun, adventurous or noble, then constantly send this message out to the public, associating your business with these values. Be personable without taking liberties with the customer. Tell them this is who you are and you will prove it if they give you a chance. You can pick anything you want to be your core value, what your company will stand for. Some of the common ones: a good deal, adventure, American patriotism, comfort, community values, competitive, customer service, we aim to please, cutting edge, high, family values, fastest service, fun, health, helping people, high performance, honesty, inspirational, I'm gonna get you excited about your life, get the edge, integrity, lowest prices, noble, classic, quality products, quality service, rebellious, religious faith, safety, saving money, speedy delivery, team players, the alternative choice, the best, the little guy, trustworthy. You don't have to be original. Watch how the big timers brand themselves and copy some of their concepts, changing them a bit to suit your needs. Once you got it, you simply have to keep pounding it in until it becomes part of their lexicon of human experience, such that when Joe Blow sees the image of Big Boy, he thinks hamburgers, or when he sees the Mercedes-Benz logo, he thinks quality, expensive car, even though I've read scathing criticisms of these cars on some car websites. You can use a front person or character for your brand if you want. Haynes used basketball player Michael Jordan. Richard Branson chooses to be his own front man for Virgin, Tony the Tiger is the front man for Cereal, Charlie the Tuna for Starkist, etc. O.J. was the front man for Hertz rental cars. Whichever you pick, if any, keep it real. Your company, in essence, becomes this person. Don't deviate too far from the message. A silly cartoon character is fine for Cereal but doesn't cut it with a high-tech computer company. Since I dislike anyone they call a celebrity, I don't like any ad that uses some overblown pop culture actor or singer as a pitchman, because they're all overrated people with some frivolous gimmick. There are a lot of people out there like me, the anti-mainstreamers. We have contempt for choreographed mainstream crap. In any event, if you use a celebrity, there is the chance that the viewing public will remember the celebrity but not the product. Every business, even small businesses, should focus on presenting themselves in one uniform, standard way so that customers eventually associate certain colors, the logo, the packaging, etc. immediately with the company when they see it. As a start, brand your business name by picking a cool enough name that makes sense and people easily remember. Next, simply promote your business name well enough to gain recognition from your customers. This is the process of establishing a brand. If you get a good brand, trademark it to legally protect it. Don't take on a brand you can't live up to. Don't brand yourself as high or quick if you're not. Don't come off as elitist, superior or critical of the competition in your brand. Don't be too artsy-fartsy/cute. Don't copy from others too much. Don't be too serious. Inject some lightheartedness in your ads. Update or change the brand if you want. Harlem Bank became Apple Bank. Puff Daddy became P. Diddy. Madonna changed from sex vamp to conscientious middle-aged mother figure. Some ideas for building your brand are as follows. Sell a good product. Keep your company up with current technology. Be a great company. Provide great customer service. Get your logo out there any way possible, through t-shirts, commercials, sponsoring a baseball team, etc. Continue to build brand recognition through advertising, public relations, and marketing. You want instant name recognition, to stand out somehow. Keep it simple. The name should be understandable so customers can recognize it. If you are selling in a niche, the name should address the niche. For example, if you're selling video games, a name like Kick-Ass Video Games gets right to the point. A name like Tony's Electronics doesn't separate you from the hundreds of electronics stores out there or say exactly what you're selling. The name should be easy to spell and pronounce. Keep your packaging uniform throughout your business operation. Every product you sell should be packaged with identical colors and logo in order for people to become familiar with it. Put your name, brand, on everything. Remember, your job in branding is to make customers recognize your brand when they see it. Strive for continuous visibility by always being there selling and providing good customer service. A brand is about plenty of repeat sales and referrals from satisfied customers telling their friends and relatives about you. Branding 3. It's okay to advertise, but slick advertising without a good brand and a reputation for a good product line is a waste. A brand is the message you want to convey about yourself. You have to subtly and directly state this message in everything you do. Be consistent about it. Don't do things contrary to it. To me, Google is a big laugh because they say do no evil but never say that they polluted the entire internet with their ads, which is evil, to plaster ads everywhere which reduces humanity to a bunch of empty-headed consumers. Repeat your message over and over. Focus on creating useful content. Figure out who your target audience is. What are you trying to help them do or fulfill? Figure out what message you are going to send to them that will tap into specific desires. You need to be consistent about your message in everything you do. Write articles for other websites and blogs. Do guest blog posts on other blogs. Use social media to market yourself. Make comments on other websites. Stick to your core message in everything you do. Get links from other websites by contributing articles to them. Market coolness/brand coolness. Be cool so people remember you. People are loyal because you make them feel good. You strike at something in their emotions that they like. You do something that appeals to them on a gut, intuitive level. You're fun, non-controversial, and pleasant. You're not fake. You're not a white guy trying to talk funky. You're being yourself. If there is a current trend, try to incorporate it into your brand. Some razor blade company sponsored a skateboarding contest. Sex sells only to a point. If you're selling a family product, don't use sex in your marketing. There could be a backlash. People like nostalgia, what was cool when they were young. Notice the old pop songs in TV commercials. Figure out how to emotionally connect with your target audience. Instead of a customer, create a fan. Keep up with changing trends and the changing economics of the marketplace. Associate your product with cool people doing cool things. Watch the beer commercials. It's all about fun. Evolve to stay fresh but not fast enough to alienate your fans/customers. Create an emotional connection with your fans/customers. Stay fresh with trends but true to your core strength. Focus on the brand experience, not just the product. Create new, related products. Be energetic. If applicable, target specific demographic groups. Resist overexposing your brand. If you're everywhere, people feel exploited. I think Nike goes too far, which is one reason I don't buy anything with a Nike logo on it. They're uncool to me. Think up ways to get fans to help you, like sponsor some event, sell promotional products, etc. Music, movies, fashion, dancing and sports are the cool things people like. Figure out how to tie your products with that pop culture vibe. Try to get some celebrity to endorse your product. Create a cool short slogan. Improve the function of your products while adding to the emotional appeal. Breaking the rules is sometimes okay to get publicity. Keep the attention and loyalty of customers. Give your company a personality. For example, Frosted Flakes has Tony the Tiger, Oscar Mayer has the Wiener Mobile. It's more profitable to serve existing customers than to acquire new ones. Try ML3790 or number 658.823 at the library. eBrand/website brand. How do I get high-ranking website when the average user types a generic term for my product/service/website into a search engine? The first way is to pick a name that's cool or so common that it immediately comes to mind when looking for something. As a researcher, I know there are at least 800 search engines out there, but why do people think of just Yahoo and Google? And the funny thing is that Google came along after Excite, AltaVista, Lycos, LookSmart and other early big players. I'm not going to repeat here what I say in other sections about making a great informative, entertaining website where you change the content daily, daily blog, daily joke, and weekly, but I will say that the name is king. Which sounds better? Birdfood.com, Birdsupplies.com, peatabird.com, birdlover.com. To me, it's birdlover.com for two reasons. It doesn't sound like a retail website. It sounds more pleasant and friendly. I could remember that easily and go there when I want bird supplies, provided the product is good at a good price. Pick a good website name. Try to get your website name to include terms or words that the average person would use when doing a web search. Who are your customers? Appeal to them. Think of your website as a TV channel where you're glorifying your product, not just selling it. You're providing info and communities for it. You gotta be there to help the guy without the over-the-top sales hype. Website construction is not just a given. A lot of people are poor website designers. A great website takes work. The two key elements of a great website from a user's technical point of view are: 1. Easy to use. 2. Fast downloads, switches to other sections fast when you click an icon. Either go the main search engines and submit your website to them for submission, or pay a website submission company to do it for you. There is no doubt that search engines are used by most users to find what they're looking for. A few websites are so popular that they don't need search engines like Ticketmaster.com or LonelyPlanet.com, but most aren't. The deal is that you can either hire a website optimization company to try to get your website up in the rankings, or do it yourself. Read what I say about website optimization techniques in other sections, and study search engines yourself by manipulating your website to see if it causes changes in rankings. You can just pay a search engine company to be a sponsored website or to have a high ranking. If your website is really good, Google will approach you, then pay you to put their advertisers on it. Use your own content, develop a system to get others to share content, links, and accept advertising. After all, advertising provides a service to your users. People go to websites they enjoy. Watch your competition and learn from them. The mainstream media is great publicity. Use it if you can via press releases and interviews. Personally, I don't like homey websites where they're trying to treat me like an old friend. I want the facts without flowery bull. I respect that more than the pretense. We all know the usual tricks. Stuff your website with the generic keywords and terms as much as possible, even if they're invisible, as with invisible text and hidden links. Advertise on websites where you think your target market goes. In the end, my philosophy is that if you work on making a great website for the customer, the website will eventually move up in the rankings. Lifestyle brand info. A lifestyle brand is a brand that attempts to relate to a subgroup within society in order to sell them stuff. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/lifestyle_brand. Personal branding info. Personal branding is all this stuff they tell you to do with your name on the internet. Get rid of all undesirable stuff. Buy the domain for your name, then create a professional website either for career or business. Use Facebook partially for a personal profile, but keep it professional. Set up a profile on LinkedIn.com. Go on Twitter using either your name or a title that relates to your work/business. Send helpful tweets out to try to create a network of people who could help you in your ventures. Try number 650.14 at the library. networkedblogs.com/topic/personal_branding. onlineidcalculator.com. personalbranding.tv. personalbrandingblog.com. reachcc.com. reachpersonalbranding.com. thepersonalbrandingblog.com. tweepml.org/personal-branding. Narrowcasting info. Narrowcasting is the dissemination of information to a narrow audience as opposed to the mainstream audience. From a business point of view, people are doing this on the internet by creating media content specific to their target audience, then making their website a portal for this particular niche field. They're doing this on the TV and radio. Think of the outdoor network, then think of one particular show on it dedicated to snowboarding. There's even a TV network for seniors. As a business, you either create such a venue or advertise there. There is also narrowcasting in public places. If you sell men's skates, it might be a good idea to advertise it on the boards of a hockey rink, or how about a certain brand of beer in a bar? Answers.com/topic/narrowcasting. digitalnarrowcasting.com. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/narrowcasting. Marketing materials info. Most business use business cards, brochures, catalogs and websites. Make them clean, simple and professional. Create a logo. Choose unique paper for your business card. Include relevant information including your name, phone numbers, website name, email, and physical addresses. People use CD-ROMs and flash drives to put their message on and give away. Some people put their photo on their materials. Develop a slogan if applicable. A lot of business owners are vain enough to think people care about them personally. They don't. Go easy on the bio. One thing about the bio that I think is really stupid. Everybody writes their own bio, but they make it seem like it's in the third person. Why? Write about yourself in the first person, like I did this, I did that, not he did this, he did that. Offer coupons. apbd.org, International Association of Brochure Distributors. Public opinion websites. Gallup.com. pollingreport.com, Public opinion online. onlinesurveysaustralia.com.au. Bad brand info. Bad brands can be caused by different things. What's good for one brand is bad for another. Don't try to overstep your brand to expand. Create a new brand. Don't expand to countries you know nothing about. Stick with what you know where you know. Consumers want simplicity and a feeling of trust. Companies live or die on the strength of their brand. Brands mean something, but a good product means more. Don't dive into new untested markets. Consumers don't really believe there's a huge difference between products, so the brand is an extra selling point, but don't put all your eggs on the brand, because if a big brand goes down, you lose more than if it's barely above the radar. Brands establish emotional ties with customers. When a brand forgets what it is supposed to stand for, it runs into trouble. Don't think that your brand is it for that product. Don't expand to products that aren't what you do. Brand fatigue is an old tired brand with decreasing sales. Brand paranoia is fear of being upstaged by other brands. If a product is good, it still might fail. Think of the beta video, which was better than VHS but failed. Here are some failed brands. Fashion CAFT. Harley Davidson perfume. Kmart. Kodak. McDonald's Arch Deluxe. New Coke. Pepsi AM. Maxwell House Ready to Drink Coffee. Planet Hollywood. RJ Reynolds Smokeless Cigarettes. Smith & Wesson Mountain Bikes. Frito-Lay Lemonade. Quaker Oats Snapple. Sony Betamax. Sony's Godzilla. The Ford Edsel. Virgin Cola. Try HD69 or number 658.827 at the library. Branding company websites. Lippincott. Corporate/brand identity. Image and brand management. Lippincott.com. USA, UK, Hong Kong, UAE. Basecamp. Web-based project management tool. Basecamp.com. Design Bridge. International, independent brand design agency. London, Amsterdam, and Singapore. Designbridge.com. Woofu. HTML form builder. Woofu.com. Future Brand. 24 cities around the world. Futurebrand.com. Luminant Design. Information design firm for making complex information understandable in print. Signage LuminaNTDesign.com. Blue Marlin Brand Design. 5 offices. BlueMarlinBD.com. UK, Australia, Thailand. Taburn. Scotland. Advertising, brands, corporate, design, interiors. Taburn.co.uk. Wolf Allines. A brand consultancy. London, New York City and Dubai. wolffollins.com. Branding websites. Books about branding are at number 658.82, BF 354 or HD 69 at the library. Brandinstitute.com. brandongine.com. digobrands.com. brandsoftheworld.com. brandingasia.com. brandingthenet.com. ebranders.com. Chapter 2. Marketing Info. Marketing Guide. When the product is right, you don't have to market much. Find your target market, ask them what they want and give it to them. Basic marketing is figuring out exactly who your customer is, what demographic group he comes from, what he needs and what turns him on in his leisure time so that you can turn those buttons on with your product, and services by the way you package and promote them. Marketing is a fancy word for selling, not just selling straight out but how you package a product, advertise it, distribute it, lay it out in your store, etc. It's a standard business course in any college or adult education program. There are several general marketing textbooks out there. Effective marketing is finding out what the customer wants through your research, which usually comes down to asking the customer himself in one way or another. Then when he or she tells you as a group and you analyze it to find these few things, you simply incorporate those things into your way of doing business. You listen to the client, then find solutions to his needs. The 4 Ps of marketing are product, price, placement, both in the store, and methods of sales. Promotion. Sales is simply moving the product. Marketing is doing all this behind the scenes stuff in order to make the product look appealing to the customer, but be forewarned, if the product sucks and is not the way you portray it to be, you will sink faster than you can swim. Preparing a marketing plan is all about setting marketing goals and objectives that should take you closer to industry leadership in your field. It's an in-depth study where the focus is on the product and how to sell it, as opposed to a business plan which is more global and talks about a business in more general terms. It's all about your product and your customer's relationship/loyalty to it. In business, most customers have no loyalty personally with the seller. They want the best product at the best price, so your only path to sure success is to provide this best product at the best price and keep doing it, either keep making the product better, cheaper, or both. Create the image you want to portray to the public and develop it. Be consistent. The image the business portrays should be compatible with the location and who you are as an individual. If you're a meat and potatoes kinda guy, don't come off calling your business Regal Clothiers or Royal Menswear. Call it Warehouse Wear or Joe's Comfy Duds. Decide on what will be the key selling feature that will separate you from the pack. Will it be a good location, low prices, fast delivery, good service, friendliness, a wide variety of products, etc.? Offer customers something good to great that they want. Buff it up with a no questions asked warranty, a discount coupon for future purchases, a free CD-ROM or book about the product, anything to show him you care about his business. Speed and urgency are important. Be quick to offer service and deliver, and be urgent about satisfying the customer. All great business and sales, unless they have incredible inner strength, constantly read new inspirational business and sales books and listened to these types of tapes. It's all about marketing. Even great products need marketing. Some great products went idle until great marketers put them out there in the public eye. Stick with your bread and butter products as your base. Find as many ways as you can to sell it. Don't just sell it by yourself. Find other retailers and sellers who might sell it for you along with what they sell. To my way of thinking, focus on what you want to sell. Go as mainstream as you can even if you are currently servicing a niche market, so good marketing is a balanced, two-way street. You cater to the main customers in your particular niche. You try to get your products and services to be visible and attractive to the mainstream. Beyond that, you're always simply trying to make the product more appealing and sellable in any of a number of ways, such as different methods of sales, retail, catalog, website, TV shopping, etc. Make the packaging look nice. Make the store or website comfortable. Offer a good price. Improve the product. Offer freebies, coupons, and incentives. Get a website that helps people. Study your competition. Learn from them. Run your company well. Have happy employees. Advertise. Get the product out there in the public eye. Get publicity, free media coverage by doing something such as sponsoring a charity run. Direct marketing. Send flyers/catalogs out to your targeted mailing list or to the public in wealthy areas at large. Free delivery. Fast, efficient delivery. Develop/exploit different sales methods to sell your product. Expand to new territories and go foreign when you feel ready. Sell in your own retail stores. Sell in other people's stores. How are you different from your competition? How do you make the customer desire what you got? Listen to people. If they feel like you're listening, they're more likely to buy. Tell a story. Draw a picture with your sales pitch. Bundle several products or services together. When people object, be cool. Ask them what the problem is. Drop the price if they say it's too high. Offer a good guarantee. Great service builds loyalty. Get rid of bad customers. To me, a lot of the advice I read is hokey, phony and aggressive. Be like Jesus. Don't be a slickster. Just try to be friendly and helping. Books about marketing are at number 658.8 or HF5415 at the library. Marketing Essay 1. Are your products worthy of your image? Discount implies as is quality. High-end implies quality. Pick one and stick with it, either low prices or high quality for a high price. Analyze who your customers are and why they buy from you. Is it for prestige, the low price, the convenience, etc.? Define your customer as completely as possible, then market to that demographic group. Develop a marketing budget for the money you will spend promoting your product. What media method will be best to reach your target market at the lowest price? Or maybe you will be too poor to afford media advertising, so you will have to use wacky events, press releases, business cards, flyers and word of mouth. A business succeeds if it sells good products with good support service at a good price and you get the word out that you're open for business and want new customers. Take a look at your product. Is it a necessity or luxury? If it's a luxury, do you package it in a neat, glittery package so when the customer buys it, he feels like he's opening a present? Who buys your product, men or women? Men are generally functional, women like nice things packaged nicely. Age plays a factor. People from 35 to 55 generally have the most money but also the most bills because they're raising a family and paying on a house. People over 55 have the least amount of bills but most are over materialism by then. They don't need much beyond the functional basics. Some people under 35 are eternally struggling to make ends meet, but the ones with good jobs have the most disposable income, want to have a good time and spend it freely, unlike older people who get fiscally conservative after 35. Make a profile of who your typical customer is, what the product is to him, luxury versus need, and when does he buy it? When he needs it, only in the winter, only when he has extra spending money, etc. Is your product tied into other products that you could sell too? Is your product something that the customer needs once every 5 years or every month like razor blades? Can you improve your product? Do you offer both person-to-person support and written information? Do you have a website where customers can come on and go onto a chat room to talk to others? For example, if you sell musical instruments, do you offer a chat room on your website where customers can talk to one another about music? Do you reward your customers for buying from you by offering low prices, an informative website, good support, coupons, little gifts, new offers, etc.? Do you reward your employees for doing a good job? Do you try to keep them motivated? Study your competition. Get their promotional materials. Learn from them. What can you do to sell more of your products to existing customers? What can you do to find new customers? The customer's only loyalty is to himself, which means to the best products at the best prices. New technology will always beat out old, which is why you have to innovate your products and the way you sell all the time. Marketing Essay 2. The bottom line is that you want to make money, so in your desire to make money you create something good for the community that they will pay for. This is capitalism, a good concept, but it's not this simple. You need 2 things. 1. A good product or service. 2. A way or several ways to get the message out that you have this good product and people should buy it because it will enhance their lives in some way. It could be argued that the second factor is more important than the first, and there are plenty of examples where hype and clever marketing have sold millions of units of a common product while a superior product barely got off the shelves. Why? As a somewhat conservative person myself, I still think that the quality will rise to the top, but if this is true, why does Nike, an average running shoe and sportswear company, get away with charging double what the others do for these products? It's hype and clever marketing. Tony Robbins has some generic shtick packaged into a self-help program, yet if you go to the number 155 section of any library, you'll see hundreds of self-help books, some of which are more original and better than his, yet why do millions of people buy his tape package? It's because of the hype behind it, which works. There's no doubt about it. To a wise cynic like me or you, it's just cheap, corny hype, but to a lot of lost, stupid people in the world, it means a possibility that for $200 this guy is gonna give them something to light their fires because he hypes it up good enough to give them the hope, when any enlightened person knows it's all about your intuitive, inspired inner power. Nothing out there is gonna give you anything. It's all inside of you. Learn from these guys about marketing. Why does Minot keep George Foreman, the ex-boxer, as their pitchman for over 10 years? It's because he's a likable, trustworthy guy and the people associate him with the company. Myself personally, I don't believe in hype. A product should stand on its own as a great product. You have to believe that sincerely, or at least do a great acting job. Beyond that, I'm not suggesting that you sell your soul by doing cheap, crass, demeaning things to promote yourself, but you gotta let the people know your product exists and is great. At the least, show enthusiasm for it. Tell the people it's the best, it stands on its own. Offer a money-back guarantee for them to try it out. If you have a great product but don't have the inclination to get out in the public eye to market it, either hire a marketing firm, a marketing employee, or go into a partnership with someone who will do all the marketing. Everything comes down to sharing knowledge about the product rather than keeping it a secret. You have to get the word out every way you can, from the media to the internet. There has to be a sense of urgency to it. Most inventors or companies with no products don't have a lot of time to spare. They are leveraged to the hilt, and unless they sell a lot of widgets, they will go out of business, which is why you have to hustle to get the word out. Package the product well so it looks good. Hire good salespeople. Offer generous commissions and bonuses for every X number of units sold. The price of the product must be in reach of people's affordability range. If it is similar to other products on the market, it must either be lower or competitively priced. Distribution is a concept where you sell your product to others who sell it again for a profit. Distributors could be wholesalers, large department stores, boutique chains, mail order catalogs, retail websites, etc. This is the type of deal to go after, big contracts of businesses who will resell your products at the retail level. If your products are similar to others on the market, what makes it stand out enough for people to buy it? Target market. Aim your advertising and publicity efforts at the groups of people within society who are most likely to buy your product. Have an honest look at your product. What is its appeal, if any? How can you improve it? This is where marketing research comes down. Get feedback from other people about how to make it more appealing to the average consumer. Talk to people in the biz, store owners, flea market vendors, people at trade shows, interested hobbyists, etc. What about its name? Does it HSV a cool, catchy name? Kids and women often buy for an emotional life. A product has to touch them emotionally, make them feel good or comfortable for a minute or so, long enough for them to buy. Men are function. They don't care about the emotional appeal as long as it does what it purports to be able to do. If you're a beginning entrepreneur or even an established one, you can't do it alone. Get advice and ideas from others about how to develop, manufacture, and market the product. Too many people are too optimistic. Sales are often gradual. They're not an explosive thing. If the product isn't moving, make changes, repackage it. Some products are duds regardless of what you do. There's a meat spread in Britain that's quite popular, but it bombed in North America. Nobody knows exactly why. This is why you should test market before you invest your life savings in a product. I saw one guy on some show who invented a toothbrush cleaner which sold for about $50. This guy had 100,000 units manufactured. About a year later, I saw the same guy test marketing his infomercial where he was warning people about all the dangerous bacteria in dirty toothbrushes, but to a guy like me, I haven't gotten a deadly disease from my unclean toothbrush yet, so why am I gonna waste $50 on something that would waste another minute of my time in the mornings? The infomercial was too over the top. His warnings were so serious that it seemed like a joke. I never saw the infomercial again, which means he failed. It was a stupid move, getting 100,000 units manufactured before he had a clear idea that they would sell. My toothbrush cleaner is the hot water tap for a few seconds. Why would I want to waste time and money on anything else? Offer money back guarantees. Don't expect not try to hit a grand slam out of the blocks. Except for pop culture products, it takes time for people to warm up to new products out in the world. In essence, can you manufacture a product cheaply enough while retaining quality such that you can mark it up at least 3 times, then package it well so that it appeals to average consumers? Use business cards for offline marketing. Keep meticulous records for tax time. Put the success of others first. Most sales come from repeat customers, so treat new customers well. Build a prospect list of the people who respond to your advertisements. Build a relationship with these people. Market to your list. Help people. Offer something useful. Help people. Be prepared for setbacks. You have to understand that things are going to go wrong and sometimes even seem insurmountable. You have to take full responsibility for everything in your business, accept temporary setbacks and find a way around them. Marketing Essay 3. Think about your target market. Define this niche. Determine what websites they visit and either advertise there or post articles. There is direct mail marketing, offline marketing, online marketing, pay-per-click advertising, purchase mailing lists, social networking, article marketing, video marketing on YouTube. Don't lie to people. Once your reputation is trashed, you can't get it back. I don't think Kevin Trudeau will ever have another successful infomercial because he claimed to be a consumer advocate out to help people when he's really a pitchman. Lying will come back to haunt you, guaranteed. Minimize the hype. People are tired of it. They can spot it a mile away. Negative marketing is saying something bad about your competition. This will come back and get you. What if you need to sell your business someday? Market your own company's strengths. Do not blast your competition. Marketing 101 is a general course at any college that covers everything rather quickly. Once you take the course and learn the basics, most colleges offer courses and some even offer majors on the subtopics like promotion, management, retailing, public relations, etc. If you can find a good marketing textbook either at the library or at the college bookstore, you're bound to learn something new about business. They try to make them interesting these days, not like the dry textbooks of old. If you get several textbooks and thumb through them while you watch TV at night, they might inspire a great idea or two within you. Most of us need very little to get by. Most purchases are luxury buying, buying something you don't really need, hence, unless you're a functional guy like me who laughs cynically at the culture of consumerism, you're buying an emotional feeling. Your customers are your audience. You have to entertain them, get them to love you and give them a pleasant experience when they shop with you. Show an interest in them. Remember the good ones, exchange trivialities, then the next time they come in, make a comment about something they told you last time, like how's their baby, how's the son in college, how's the new job, etc. They feel like they're home. They walk out the door feeling good. Appeal to their senses. Smell is the quickest sense we process, which is why stores try to scent their places with pleasant smells to keep you there longer. They play slow dreamy music for that reason too. Eye level and 2 feet below is bi level. They want you to spend time and money in their stores. Think shopping and entertainment as the same thing. Entertain your customers and you win. One mall even has a place where you can get married for free in the midst of all the shoppers watching. Think that you're providing a pleasant experience for your customers, like the Nike flagship store in Chicago, the Mall of the Americas, or the Sony Metreon store in San Francisco. The gist of it is to find a good quality product or products that either help, inspire, or entertain people, find a good location to set up shop, get them to your store, catalog, website, etc. via advertising, promotion, publicity, any way you can entice them with a few very good deals on bargain products called leader products, and maybe add a freebie or another product at a very cheap price if they buy one. Then follow up with good customer service, directions for use, safety directions, warranties, any other relevant details about the product, and simply keep bombarding offers at your customers, giving them incentives by offering good deals and expanding your product line to give them the convenience they want to get what they need. Make the ordering process as simple and easy as you can make it. Over time, try to build a brand name, trademark, and corporate image like Coca-Cola, Betty Crocker, and McDonald's. Your customer is your business. Without him or her, you have nothing, which is why you must almost revere them as far as business goes. Treat them so nice that they will keep wanting to come back. Know your target market, know where they live, what they do, what they like, etc. Know your competition too. Quietly study them, learn from them, imitate them, and beat them at their own game. Know your product. Always try to improve it and offer new related products to your inventory. Try different modes of distribution, a retail outlet, expansion, franchise your business, mail order catalog, discount wholesale warehouse, internet, telephone solicitations, flyers, flea markets, trade shows, etc., anything to get your product out there in the public eye. The convenience of easy access is instrumental in getting the customer to buy your products. It has to be right there, easy for him to get your stuff, either driving down the road or ordering by website. Pricing strategy is important. The product must be well priced such that the customer knows he's getting a good deal relative to the competition. Price some of your products extremely low to get the customers interested in your business, the implication being that they will buy some of your other products while there. Many products have a definite life cycle where they take off, then level off and die a natural death as consumers get tired of them. Although some things stand the test of time like Pepsi and Tide, others die like car models, so you have to keep innovating and coming up with new products both to appease the customers and to keep pace with the changing pace of technology. Typewriter makers had to go the way of the computer in order to compete. Product development, doing the R&D, research and development, to find new products to either help, inspire, or amuse people is the cutting edge of great marketing strategy. The insatiable consumer demand for new products never ends. Think of the VCR, PC, the Walkman, software, the topsy-turvy ponytail, hip-hop music, etc. It never stops. Create one new good product and you could be rich beyond your wildest dreams. Consumers love to spend their money on newfangled things, then they get old to be replaced by the next gadget. Services such as fixing cars, serving food in restaurants, offering medical treatments, etc. are even more important than products as far as marketing goes. Treating customers right because they're right there in your face, and any signs of disrespect or inconvenience means they go to the next guy the next time and badmouth you to their friends. Customers don't like hassles face to face, but they like nice people, so the nicer you are to them, the more likely they will be to keep coming back for that nice, homey feeling. Every business, either service or product, must pay close attention to customer service. People, as human beings, are emotional creatures. If you disrespect them, ignore them, neglect them, act sarcastic or apathetic in any way at all, if you're stupid enough not to hire good, courteous frontline workers or enough cashiers such that customers have to wait to be served, you will lose business. If the parking lot is more than 100 feet away, the customers will go elsewhere where the access is easier and the employees helpful. Customers are funny creatures. Never underestimate them. They have no loyalty to anyone but themselves. They might come to you for years and make small talk, then when the new department store opens down the street and offers them garbage bags for 50 cents cheaper, they will go there even though you thought they were your friends. Price is tops, customer service is right up there with it. You have to have both to be a super winner in business. Distribution is another aspect of marketing. There's direct distribution straight from the factory to either mail order or the retail outlet out front. Then there's the middleman wholesaler/broker retail or factory retail outlet. You need your own salespeople to sell your products to other salespeople who will sell to the consumer through a variety of means. In effect, the best business is to have products that salespeople buy from you in order to resell at a profit. Once again, it's all about getting your product out there any way you can: wholesale, broker, retail outlets, mail order, website, etc. Marketing covers physical distribution, delivery, the packaging, administration and transport of your products to market via ship, truck, rail, cargo plane, delivery company, etc., a major operation in itself, especially if you're a big company. Marketing as an academic study gets into planning strategy, global expansion, and many other concepts, but the basic gist of it is to push hungrily for new sales all the time. Books about marketing are at number 658.111-800, HD62, or HF5415 at the library. Marketing Essay 4. Probably the best way to get free publicity is to market yourself to the media, the local newspaper, TV news teams, website, radio, etc., as an expert in your field, and encourage these media people to contact you anytime to use you for a soundbite or even try to get your own news column, radio, or TV show. Marketing is the art of finding ways to sell a product or service, but developing new ways of selling a product are not easy. You have to study what other people are doing and get ideas from them. Listen to people who have actually done something to show for their own efforts. They know because they have been there. Get your mind in a direction to sell your product. Of course, it helps if you create your own product or wholeheartedly believe in the product you are selling. Now, all you have to do is find the type of people that would be interested in buying your product. Find out what makes people buy a product like yours. Study how others are selling the similar product you are selling, then armed with all this valuable information, work out a direct plan that you will enjoy doing. Design methods around your likes, dislikes and personality traits. You have to work on your business all the time in order to become successful. You have to treat customers like you would your own family, with respect and concern. This does not mean you are to be shallow and allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Customer service is nothing more than placing yourself in the other person's shoes and seeing the world and the situation from their viewpoint. Often, if you will just take a few minutes to listen to people, you will learn a lot and turn a complaint into a workable situation. Marketing is basically everything. Beyond word of mouth and regular customers, the only way to make it is to get new people to come to check you out and buy your products. That's the name of the game. Big corporations spend millions on cute little commercials on TV. I wonder how effective they really are? Are they just doing it by rote because they have X number of dollars for advertising? Beyond cute little ads for kids, in my opinion, you must not insult your audience with cute, frivolous stupid ads. Keep it practical, to the point and get your message across. Instead of wasting money on frivolous ads, use it to offer some incentive to the customer like a free hamburger, or just tell them straight up that you're the best and you can prove it with a guarantee/free trial offer or the lowest price. Also tell them where to go and what your phone number is. I saw a TV commercial for some big conglomerate that nobody ever heard of that owns several companies, Archer McDaniels or something like that. What a totally idiotic, stupid, waste of money, who cares? And then there's the one with the kid selling cranberry juice. What an insult to my intelligence. Do you think the American public is that stupid that they don't know that the kid rehearsed that silly line 100 times? Cuteness only sells to teenage girls and younger. It don't sell to no one else but one-dimensional men who see a set of boobs in a beer commercial. Be real, tell it like it is. Be businesslike. Don't be cute. Sure, emotions are part of it, but I'd like to think that people are too smart for silly commercials. They've been there, done that a million times before already. Tell them straight up that you're good, you're serious, and you want their business. How do you determine if there is a market for your service? You have to use your intelligence, do research, and target your particular demographic market within the mainstream. Identify your customer and tailor your marketing to them. If you want worker types to buy your fast food, set up in a high traffic, high visibility area. If you want people who like crafts to visit your sewing shop, find the crafts clubs and crafts courses and give them coupons. Go to craft fairs, buy mailing lists of craft enthusiasts, advertise in a woman's/senior newspaper, etc. Find out what it is that people want and fill it. For example, people don't just go to a restaurant for food, they go for the atmosphere. They don't buy cosmetics out of necessity, they want to feel that they make them beautiful. They generally want to feel happier than they were previously. There are different types of customers. Make up a customer profile, then try to increase the business of every type of customer. Customers have different levels of usage. Try to make light customers heavier users. The following are some questions that you should explore. Is there a clear need for my service not currently being met? Is my market a local one and can it be promoted nationally? Is my market easily reachable through personal contact, advertising, or publicity? Who and how big is my competition? How does the competition obtain business? Who are their customers? It is important that you both define a real need for your service and also be able to reach your potential customers in a cost-effective manner. Who will your primary customers be? Schools, business people, college students, etc. Don't follow the sheeple in the world of advertising. Be dynamic. Use your own ideas. Create your own breaks. There's no rule book. Do what you feel best at. One guy who owns an electronics store keeps a few lions in a cage out front. It works wonders for business. Be a pioneer. Create something entirely new. Learn about where you belong in the business and focus on that instead of trying to be all things to all people. If something doesn't work, change it. Some products are image products like booze, clothes, restaurants and, to a limited extent, cars. Marketing Essay 5. The big job in marketing and sales is getting to the right people where you need to inside another company. Addressing mail to a facilities manager or printing a routing slip on the outside of the envelope is ineffective. Hitting the target is the challenge. Scoring a bullseye means making contact with the right individuals. This is the only way to make the sale. Taking time to be highly targeted in business communication is essential. Pushing direct mail pieces out the door or sending the newsletter to the mailroom isn't doing the job. Ask yourself, will anyone be intrigued enough to read the mailer before tossing it in the wastebasket? Ask the same question about the company newsletter. A highly creative approach is necessary to be different and distinctive. Creativity costs money, but if more people read the ad, take time with the newsletter or decide that the offer in a mailer makes sense, you have accomplished the goal. Focus on what customers care about. Whether creating an ad, a brochure, or a sales presentation, knowing what the customer wants, needs, and expects is what works. Tell customers how to think about your company. We come to conclusions by making comparisons. If you don't let customers and prospects know why it's in their best interests to do business with you or buy your product, they won't. The rating of life insurance companies makes an impact on customers. The Consumer Reports ratings influence buying behavior. Wise companies spend time and effort consciously influencing the way they are perceived by customers, prospects, bankers, and stockholders. Make your offers outstanding. Customers are cautious. They don't like being put on the spot, they don't want to make a mistake. This is why offers are essential. The goal is to overcome the customer's reluctance with things like, try it for 30 days. Risk-free. We won't deposit your credit card slip for a month. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Be in the right place at the right time. Being in front of the customer is today's assignment. Developing a consistent program for staying in front of customers regularly is the challenge. A mix of seminars, newsletters, bulletins, fact sheets, special events, and informative articles will keep you in the customer's minds. Name your product or service. One of the best ways to differentiate your products or services from all the rest is to give them distinctive names. A building contractor with expertise in remodeling during off-hours calls himself the stealth remodeler. A fuel oil dealer doesn't just talk about service. He emphasizes comfort care service. The idea is to imbue ordinary ideas with new meaning, thereby separating your company from your competitors. Make sure, however, that the name appeals to your customers and not just to you. Be relentless. Persistence is power in marketing and sales. Far too many firms fail in their efforts because they don't follow through long enough to produce proper results. Marketing momentum comes from a consistent effort. Be generous. No one wants to do business with firms operating on a one-way street. Buy a new car and the dealer hands you a 20-cent plastic key holder. It sends a message that this dealer doesn't understand his customers. You may forget the car, but you will never forget the lousy keyring. Another auto dealer delivers the new car to your office with a fresh bouquet of roses. What a difference! This dealer sends a powerful message. Our customers are important. Make prospect identification your mission. The single most important daily activity in any business is prospect identification. By making prospecting a continuing process, companies produce a steady flow of new sales leads. They never stop asking, who do we want to do business with if we have the chance? Make sure all prospects are entered into a database so they can be cultivated over a period of time, i.e., several sales letters/catalogs in the mail. Marketing Essay 6. Don't make the message so cool and interesting that the product is lost in the shuffle. Know who you are and what you must do to get noticed. Why are you in business? What exactly is it that you do that's so fascinating? Does your potential customer know that? How will you let him know? Where can he find your stuff? How will he know that? To be successful, you must have a plan. You must advertise that you exist. You must merchandise, set prices, display stuff in good-looking packages. Be able to demonstrate your product and talk about it. Promote your product as an undying believer in it. Offer service and a warranty. It's all about sales. Have a vision for what you want to do that can help people and go with it. Who are you business-wise? Write out a one-page statement describing your business as though it was a person, then write out a mission statement. At any point in the life of your business, if you're unclear as to exactly what's going on, use this exercise again and again. Sit back, relax and simply start writing about your business. This seemingly inane process might help you spit out the solutions to your business problems. Write about where the business is strong and what it's doing right, and write about what the problem areas are. Image is everything, but better still is when your real-life good qualities become your image. No matter what you sell, it always comes down to your business/personal relationship with your customer. It's the relationship, silly. If people don't feel comfortable dealing with you, they will go elsewhere. Most people can run a reasonable, regular business, but in order to be exceptional and break sales records, you have to be interesting, enticing and come up with big ideas that get people interested in your stuff. Good marketing is a sound, sensible plan, but people buy with their hearts. Be emotional with your sales pitches. You have to get down there with the customers face to face. They want warm, personable contact, even if it's just a free e-newsletter that tells them who you are. Marketing is multifaceted. You can never run out of geographical markets unless you cover the world, and there are a number of ways to market and sell your products. Study them. Use the ones you like. You must dress the part and play the role if you're serious. Dress like a professional business person. Get a snappy business card made up. Talk like a professional. Act like a professional. Act like they're to do business. Be friendly but not too casual. Know your stuff. That's where the meat is. Learn how to use the computer so that you can do research and email people. Advertising is another word for standing on a rooftop shouting, "I'm here, I'm good, look at me, check me out and buy me." Regardless of what medium of advertising you're going with, make your message fit the image you want to give off. To me, this is more about being direct, honest, and strong than being funny, cute or frivolous. Be creative in your advertising and marketing. Make the customer feel good without the hard sell. Winning comes from cooperation and unification. The seller helps the consumer, who then buys his product. Make him or her feel special and important. Be personable. The customer wants to feel a quality experience. You will never win over everybody, so don't knock yourself out trying. Do the best you can and keep moving. In the end, be a good guy. Share your knowledge. Help people. Be nice. Don't be too complicated or too creative in your sales pitch. Communicate as though you were talking to a 14-year-old kid, someone with some sense but doesn't want things too deep. Don't tell the business life story in your ads. Keep it simple. Stick to the main point and repeat it over and over. Learn from political ads. Try to create a brand name image about yourself. It comes down to niche marketing and focusing on appealing to customers on an individual, personable level. Marketing Essay 7. Marketing is making the right presentation of the right message to the right people. It might be a sales letter, a direct mail package, a newspaper or magazine ad, a TV commercial, a telephone call, an in-person sales call, a group presentation seminar, a brochure, a catalog, etc. Don't overestimate the customer. Keep your sales pitch very simple. Get it down to one sentence. The presentation has to be interesting. Ask your customer to act, place the order, call for more info, go to the website, etc. Contrarian marketing often outperforms copycat marketing. Do something different. Be clear. State your purpose. Most advertising agencies are part scam. They want you to spend your money on commercials so that they get commissions, and that's all they care about, despite their slick sales pitch with their graphs telling you how much your business will increase. It's best to do the marketing yourself. Approach media directly for advertising and don't be afraid to haggle with TV and radio ad salesmen because their product is a one-shot deal. If they don't sell advertising time, the opportunity is lost forever, unlike a product which can stay on the shelf. The point is to haggle. Ask for a discount and offer to buy last-minute, unsold airtime. The best advertising is word of mouth. Make friends with your customers, treat them well, give them a little bonus or a little discount, and they will keep coming back and bring their friends with them. You need to get a business card made. Don't be aggressive about it, but keep them on hand and hand them out to people you meet. Don't put your picture on them, too vain. Get double-sized ones made, folded in half, where you can talk a little about your business. Hand them out at church, at your social club, etc. It's amazing how many people don't even know what their neighbors do for a living. Don't be shy. Hand the cards out. Get flyers made up with a coupon on them, like a free hot dog or $3 off. Make a deal with the fast food joint across the street, or go to other places like supermarket corridors and leave them there. Hang them up on public bulletin boards. Hire some kids to go door to door handing them out. Hire a kid to go to the mall and put them on windshields. Offer some incentive or discount to get them in the door. Getting 1,000 calendars printed up or 1,000 t-shirts with your phone number and website on them are great to give away as freebies and great for exposure. People want things quickly. They see your name on the calendar, they remember and call. If you have something college students might be interested in, leave flyers at the student union cafeteria and walk around the campus stapling flyers on all the bulletin boards around. Advertise in the college newspaper. If you've got a fast food/free delivery place near a campus offering something other than pizzas, like healthy subs, dessert and ice cream delivery, yogurt supreme in quart containers with choice of topping, and smoked meat sandwiches, you can clean up in a cash business. I know one guy who makes hundreds of thousands a year out of a little shop. Many established businesses are satisfied with their regular customers and don't bother to advertise at all. You should do simple things just to get attention, like pay a guy a few $100 to write your logo all over your company vehicles, put a big sign up at the top of your store and keep a floodlight on it at night. Spend the few bucks extra to hire an artist to paint up a cool sign. Call an art school or graphic arts school and hire a student to do it cheap. Have 2-for-1 days or any other kind of incentive via newspaper advertising or flyers left at supermarkets and other public places. Have a blowout sale like everybody else does. Patience is everything. Don't expect them to be busting down your doors immediately, it takes time to develop a business. People forget fast. You have to do things to keep your business exposed. Try putting a bunch of balloons in front of your store and have a clown handing out candies to kids or something like that. Hire a hot air balloonist to put a sign of the side of his balloon and float around over town, or he could just tie a rope up and float 100 feet over your business. Offer to take kids up. Paint your store purple. I know an auto supply store who painted their building purple. Whenever anybody asked for directions on the phone, they said the big purple building, and almost everybody knew about it. Build a big, dumb statue of the town's tourist attraction. Build a statue of a dragon or have someone draw a big dragon the side of your building. Do something crazy like a tire store that put a big 15-foot tire in front of the store. One guy bought an old tank and put it in front of his army surplus store. One shopping mall put a bunch of old cars in the middle of the parking lot, blew them up and half buried it with loose concrete, and now it's a tourist attraction. Invite junior and high school classes to hold their car washes at your business site for free. Contact the local schools, invite them to sell their fruits and chocolate bars from your parking lot on Saturday morning. Invite them to have a bottle drive or a book pickup/food pickup where people who drive up and donate a can of food for a charity will get free hot dogs and Coke. Coke will even give you free Coke. You will get free radio advertising as a public service announcement, and the kids themselves will advertise. Contact the Saturday morning radio shows to help you with all this via a live remote broadcast interspersed into their regular program. Another idea is the Saturday morning flea market. Let them hold a regular flea market in your parking lot every Saturday. You will get people stopping by who will filter into your store. They're not competition, they would not have stopped in the first place. Find a few vendors somewhere who sell things that will stop people, like a farmer selling his vegetables or some guy selling velvet paintings or crafts from Mexico. Let them sell in your parking lot and you will get free advertising. A big hardware store in my town lets people set up one table for a garage sale every Saturday, and the people that stop often check out both places. You could set up a deal with some of your big suppliers to mention their products in your ads in exchange for a small fee or a discount on your next purchase order. In most cases, you can accomplish as much with a quarter-page ad as with a full-page ad, and the same with a 30-second commercial over a 60-second commercial. The truth is that advertising might get them in the door, but it won't keep them unless you're good. And if your ads are phony, they will tell all their friends about what a jerk you are. Give good service, they will tell their friends and keep coming back. Marketing Essay 8. There's one guy in my town who owns a car dealership and he's all over the place promoting himself. First off, he's got a half-hour infomercial, which is unusual for a local business. Next, he goes around and does things like give a few computers to an elementary school. He gets on the news with the teachers and kids and uses the clips in his TV commercials. His whole emphasis is family. He tries to get involved in community things like Thanksgiving suppers for the homeless, etc. I turned the radio on one Sunday morning and I heard him with his own hour called Family Hour, where people can call in to give their own little community programs plugs, and it's a bunch of so-called positive mumbo-jumbo. Personally, I think the guy's as phony as a $3 bill, but the point is that he's selling cars because people trust him. He has since expanded into the real estate business and also owns a big gardening store now. I don't believe in going door to door to drum up business except to leave a flyer, but if you've got something to sell to commercial businesses like an alarm system, by all means you should call them and or drop in to sell your wares. Always do the soft sell. Offer information about how great your product is and let them decide. Offer some kind of incentive. If you use cheap tactics like the offer is only good for 3 days, they will see through it and tell you to go to hell in a subtle way. If you're selling just one product like a computer, you might offer a night course in computers at the local night school program, or set up a presentation in a major department store, or rent a booth in a mall. Offer a newsletter or article in the local newspaper where you provide information such as gardening, then invite them to buy from your gardening store. Most people hate telemarketing calls. Beware before you try it. Don't go cheap on your Yellow Pages ad. Make it big, informative, and beautiful. When you advertise in newspapers, you can hire a student to make up your ad copy or use the newspaper's art department to make it up for more money. If you have a computer, you can design your own copy with a desktop program. Don't limit yourself to just the main newspaper in town. Check out the smaller ones and the free ones. Advertise in regional magazines or national magazines with regional editions. Other ideas are to offer courses which use the products you're selling, like home improvement projects for a hardware store. You could invite speakers to speak about local issues on behalf of your business. You could participate in your local Welcome Wagon program, which offers free things to new residents. Contact your local Chamber of Commerce, chamberofcommerce.com, for more information. You could hold open houses and parties. You could have nice window displays. You could support a local sports team and buy them all jerseys with your business name on them. This could be for anything from bowling to baseball. Advertising promotions are great. Get 1,000 baseball hats made up at $1 each with your logo on them and hand them out. Make up calendars or little phone books with your logo on them. Keyrings are good. Offer people with good credit to try your stuff for free for 10 days. Throw parties like Tupperware or lingerie, etc. Get space at trade shows, fairs, exhibitions, etc. If it's a factory, invite guided tours. Invite schools to bring their classes over. Treat your customers well. Don't blow off those that complain. Help out when there's trouble or a disaster in the community. If you're into a technical business, you should consider all the latest innovations like an answering service, toll-free 800 number, fax machine, email, and getting your own website on the internet. Ask your customers for feedback. Get them to fill out a questionnaire about the product and mail it in to be put on a mailing list for updates about the technology. Change with the technology of the times. Keep up with your competition. Don't be an idiot and start a business just because everyone else is making money off it at the moment. It's ready to slow down. Do research. Make a future plan. Be like the Japanese. Learn world marketing. Hire your competitors' employees and get them to spill the beans. Don't diversify or expand until you've got a stable base with your existing products. If you can't beat M, join M. Learn from your mistakes. The most important tool to the publicist is the telephone and the fax/email. People who make their livelihoods with publicity make calls all day long, and persistence is the greatest attribute. Whether you use a hard sell or a soft sell approach on the phone, it's a great way to make and keep contact with important people. Just one phone call may seal up a lifetime business relationship with someone who will provide you with thousands of dollars worth of business. A telephone call or fax is the most efficient means of reaching somebody, introducing yourself and your desires, and firming up a contact for follow-through. Don't be afraid of calling people and don't be shy in asserting yourself. If you have a clear idea about your product or service and believe in what you're selling, your tone of voice will be the best-selling feature. Know your facts and present them clearly. If you are working for a specific person or trying to get a meeting for the owner of your company, know when you can set up an appointment and settle on it immediately. Don't forget business lunches, a great way to sell yourself or your product in a relaxed atmosphere. Don't stick the prospect with the bill. Follow up with a memo that same day to confirm the date and time of the meeting. When you meet with rejection, don't take it to heart. Rejections are a part of life. Whenever you offer anything for free or a 2-for-1 sale, you will get more business. Give away things like pens, rulers, keychains, etc., each with your ad message and address on each one. Start your own newsletter. Issue it regularly, sell ad space in it and subscriptions to it. Trade products/services for ad space. If you have something which a publisher needs, trade what they want for ad space. Be listed as a source in the back of books. Often writers will want to list references and sources in their books. Get the word out to authors. Tell your customers you will give discounts to anyone they send your way. It's word-of-mouth advertising, the best you can get, and it's free. What if you don't want to do the publicity yourself? If your product or service is a natural for free publicity, you can hire a company or a person to do your public relations work. There are many freelancers in the large cities who have a number of clients that they publicize. They've already broken the ice with the editors and the media so they can get their releases printed. If you want to hire someone for a special project, get a person who has the contacts and who specializes in your product line. Investigate the reputation of people in the media you want to deal with and be sure there is a clean slate with the local business associations. Then work efficiently with the person who will handle your publicity. Communicate effectively and be sure your ideas are understood. Listen well and absorb any ideas thrown your way. Between the two of you, you can come up with an excellent publicity campaign that will make your business boom. Headlines are the most important piece of a marketing piece. Create a powerful, captivating headline. Make up coupons to use as incentives to draw customers back for repeat sales when they buy retail or through mail order. Use email and direct mailings to keep plugging your products to your customers. Product packaging should be designed to enhance sales appeal and advertise your company. Be patriotic. Put your country's flag on your package and a statement saying "Made in the USA" or whatever country you live in. Use a guarantee on the packaging. If for any reason our product doesn't meet your expectations, we will exchange it or give you a 100% refund, no questions asked. If you offer a quality product at a fair price, you will be fine. If you want new business, make sure that your product is shown in all possible markets. Put complete contact information on all your marketing material, phone, fax, email, regular mail, and your website. Select a business name that reflects what your business does. If a potential customer gets stopped at any stage of the ordering process, he will likely cancel the order, so make it as simple as possible. The front of your shop is very important. Make it look visible and good. Have good decor inside. Use outdoor signs. Use indoor signs with prices and sales on them. Make your product the right price. Try to distribute your product to all possible outlets. Get good business cards and stationery. Have contests and sweepstakes. Give customers coupons for 20% off. Make up gift baskets specific to your product. Get free matchbooks and calendars made. Play soft rock music in your shop. Get a logo and short theme if applicable. Billboards which say something like "the best tires in Canton, next exit." Plastering a wall of your office/store with testimonials. Tell your workers to be courteous on the phone. Advertise a big ad in the yellow pages. Free coffee and donuts. Send out bargain flyers to your customer mailing list. Neatness, smiles, service, speed, energy, knowledge of products. Spend time with customers. Sponsor a team. Join associations to make contacts. Use posters. Get involved in the community like parade floats and give to charity on the Christmas charity show. Put take-one boxes at places like hotels and restaurants. Start an information newsletter. Place small ads. Gift certificates. Open hours, days of operation, answering service. Accept credit cards. Make a catalog. Offer free samples. Use toll-free numbers. Do demonstrations of your products. Develop a solid reputation. Give a customer a good product and a deal every once in a while. Window displays. Free goodies to the kids of customers. Decorate for Christmas. You can find many advertising magazines by looking in the advertising section of any periodical directory at the library/. Marketing Essay 9. Marketing is helping people and building relationships with them in order to sell goods or services to earn a profit. In order to succeed in business, do the following. Provide your customers and workers with information. Pamper your existing customers. Always offer them new good deals. Constantly look for new customers. Be creative. Go against the grain sometimes in order to get noticed. Direct marketing is good if it's short, sweet, and especially if it's a nice catalog the consumer can browse through while watching TV. Listen to your staff. Help the community through your business. Promote yourself. In order to be successful, you have to have at least one feature of your business that's either better than everybody else or unique to your business, like free delivery, baked chicken as opposed to fried, easy to use software, more product for your buck, high quality of product, etc. You have to be so fascinating and unique that people notice you and give you a chance. Get a website with a good name that won't be confused with other names. Advertise this name everywhere you can. Make the website full of good content, don't clutter it up, keep refreshing it, offer a virtual interactive community and have a portal for email questions that your people answer. Promote your website by offline advertising, send emails to targeted lists, continuously post messages to news groups and link to as many sites as possible. Good marketers get involved in the community, are part of it, network and try to culture friends wherever they go. Think of marketing as culturing a romance with your customers. Your pitch should be as personal to the individual customer as possible. Be patient. It takes time to develop a customer base. Be happy with small steps of progress. Businesses rarely hit home runs. They take little steps towards business success. Don't underestimate the laziness of the consumer. He wants it all on a platter in front of him. If he has to look you up in the phone book, you will lose at least 50% of potential leads right there. The purpose of information generation is to help the customer and not just make a sale but try to develop a friendly relationship with him. Most people are self-centered. If you let them talk and make them feel important, they will like you and come back. Target only people with money. What's the sense of trying to sell a $3,000 Stairmaster to a bunch of people who can barely make car payments? You have to find upper-class, chubby men and women and convince them it's the key to getting their youth and youthful looks back. Deliver what customers expect, a clean, nice store and a good product, a good price. Visualize your highest goal in business, then make a plan of how you will get there. Don't get caught up in psychobabble. Keep it simple and basic, then act on it. Action is the reason you plan, to actually do what you write down on paper. A plan is only a guide. Be flexible. For retailers, keep a clean, well-lit shop. Make neat signs. Highlight your best points. Sometimes putting your hard-to-sell products near the cash register and offering it on sale will move it. Marketing Essay 10. People in general are most concerned with a nice-looking, comfortable home. Being healthy. Comfort, security. Feeling good about themselves. Looking good. Making money. Recreational products. Saving money. Saving time. Target marketing is putting yourself in your customer's shoes to determine who your typical customer is and determine what you could do better to further satisfy him. You get customer interest by putting the word out through advertising and marketing that your products can help them and they're cool, packaged coolly. Cool people use them, they make you feel good because they are good, so it comes down to two things. Appeal to the functionality of the product. Appeal to the emotional, cool, feel good, trendy factor. All your advertising, publicity, and marketing should be geared for a healthy mix of these two qualities. It's better to sell at lower prices and get a higher volume of customers than sell it at a higher price and only get a few customers, because with a good customer base, you can always expand and see other products. Charismatic, intuitive leadership is the name of the game over bureaucratic rules-oriented management. Working together, teamwork is the way to go over a strict hierarchy with rigidly defined roles. Hand out business cards wherever you go. Put up exhibits at trade shows, fairs, etc. Have a free customer newsletter online. Have product demonstrations. Package your stuff for different demographic. Package it in small, cute-looking sizes for women, in regular sizes, and repackage the stuff in large sizes for economy wholesale sales. Marketing Essay 11. It's about what you do, not about how you package yourself with hype and glitter. All business starts with what the customer wants or will pay for. The business's primary job is to create a good product and find ways to sell it. This is marketing in its most basic form. After that, it's all about bettering your product or creating great related products. The crux of marketing is not really marketing. It's being the best business you can be in the nuts and bolts, brick and mortar sense. Work on that first, develop a solid company, then you can go off and create splashy ads and cool websites. But if you do it the other way around, like many startup.coms did in the late 1990s, chances are that you will fail, because the glitter of marketing cannot sustain a company unless it is based on solid ground to begin with. These days, many start-ups and companies run by young MBAs with so-called visionary ideas they got from business school think it's all about glitter, probably because they see glitter everywhere they look, especially in a media and pop culture entertainment industry that thrives on hype. This is wrong. The company has to be good enough to stand on its own. Then you can bring marketing strategies in. If you use marketing strategies on a lackluster company to try to create new products and find new customers, so what? Your gimmicky new products will fail, and the new customers will soon see that you're not really a solid company, so they'll drop you. Marketing by itself rarely works without a solid company behind it, but it does sometimes work, as with marketing to young people who want to be cool and in the in crowd. In my opinion, Nike products are no different from any other products, yet they charge double and get away with it because they have intelligently made that Nike logo be synonymous with the cool, yuppie-like, elitist mainstream tribe of society. Their smart branding techniques worked, but for people like me, the anti-mainstreamers, I have contempt for over-commercialized, pop culture crap, which is why I never buy the popular brand name trendy products for things like clothes. I buy Microsoft products for their performance, not because they happen to be the trendiest computer company. You can see the big difference. I have contempt for the pop culture companies with clever marketing, but I respect good companies with clever marketing. I'm an old school, mature cynic, and I would hope that anyone reading this business book thinks the same way I do in this respect. I saw a documentary where some brandy company increased sales because they got some so-called rap star to mention it in a rap song and show a bottle of it in a music video. I say, so what? This is gimmick marketing. How long will this sustain sales? In one way it's smart, but in another way it's cheap and gimmicky. In contrast, look at the ads Apple and Microsoft put out. They're functional and cool. They focus on performance, not just some fat-ass supposed celebrity using it so that I, the dumbass consumer, am supposed to buy it because it must be cool since Mr. Ego phony celebrity is using it. Develop a good company and good products, then focus on attracting new customers with a good marketing campaign, which you can do with pride because you've got a good company backing you up, not the other way around where you've got some average product and you're trying to separate yourself from the pack by clever marketing. I applaud this too, since, after all, with many products, there is no clear difference. It's marketing that makes product X sell more than product A. You need this for toothpaste, soap, even running shoes, but why not just try to deliver the product at a lower price than the others? That's always a major trump card. Advertising, promotions, and marketing generally do not work per se as individual entities. Everything is tied into the brand image of the company as a global whole. Start with building a good company, then dabble in advertising and self-promotion after that. The truth is that the word gets out through word of mouth and reputation. Everything else is minor. It really doesn't matter if Company X hosts some big charity event. This will help the company with publicity if it's pretty good to start out with, but if it's not that good and not constantly repeated in the public eye, it will be forgotten in a week or so. Anyway, back to my main point. Marketing is important, but only if you've got something good and worthy to market. If not, it could backfire on you and reveal you as a fake or a paper tiger. I like Microsoft ads because they can afford to say how great their products are, since they are not like Burger King, who tried to say their fries were better than McDonald's fries and offered everyone free fries on January 2, 1998, only to have the people realize that their fries weren't really all that great, so the big marketing plan failed. Think of Harley-Davidson, a solid American company with a good brand image of cool, classic, American-made motorbikes, but if you look at its history, you'll see that they almost went out of business. They were bought by the Japanese, where the focus changed to cheap product for maximum sales until some old-timers brought it back, revived the old standards and set up an extensive accessories department to further advertise itself while making money, such as leather jackets, baseball caps, gloves, etc. Now they have it all, good substance and good marketing, a very rare combination in business. Nowadays, there is too much marketing research crap and overly ambitious brainwashing crap from business school and our capitalist society in general to want it all and want it now. This breeds super ambitious young punks who get executive positions in big companies and all of a sudden want to change the world with their big idea to make a name for themselves, but this is all wrong thinking. You don't try to instill a big idea for a plain product like soap. It sells itself. Case closed. Try to improve on the price if anything. Great visions generally don't happen overnight. They develop little by little. The truth is that there are very few solid innovations out there, and fluff is fluff. Changing the packaging is bullshit to guys like me, despite what the so-called experts say. They earn their living with all this phony marketing advice bullshit, like all those phony makeover specialists you see on TV. It doesn't change the substance of the person or the company. It's all cosmetic crap. Sure, it worked for Nike, but that's rare. Marketing gimmicks are no good without a great company behind them. Don't make hasty decisions just because you read a book on the latest business trend or because you think you're macho. Think things through methodically. Keep it simple. Develop a one-sentence vision statement and slogan about what you do and live by it. Beyond the young under 30 crowd, most males and some females are practical people. The glitter and hype turn them off. Show them a good product at a good price and cut out all the fluff. Don't try to be funny in your ads. They turn people like me off, especially after I've seen the ad 20 times. Don't let the so-called professional ad agencies try to snow you with their ideas. The best idea is to create your own ads and let them finish off your concept. It's your concept, not theirs. The cheapest way to get your message across is to provide an easy-to-use, entertaining, insisting, educational, interactive, community-oriented website. Ask yourself the following questions. What are you marketing? How do you want to be perceived by the public? Where do you want to fit in relation to your competition? Who is your target demographic group? Is your price competitive, low enough to please people, high enough to earn a profit? How is your customer service? What exactly do you do for advertising? What exactly do you do for public relations? What exactly do you do for promotions? Do you do direct response marketing, sending letters off in the mail? Do you host charitable events in your name? Are you on the internet? Do you develop new products? Do you try to develop a positive, emotionally uplifting brand image about yourself? Do you constantly monitor your performance? Marketing Essay 12. Create original ideas to get attention. You need good products and services, which in turn rely on successful marketing. Marketing is finding and keeping customers. You have to offer something that meets their particular need or want at that point in time. Marketing is the connection between people and products. Do what you say you'll do and what your customers want. Understand strengths and weaknesses of competitors. Establishing customer satisfaction should be the company's #1 priority. The only people who really know what customers want are the customers themselves. Satisfy the customer. Establish a clear company image. Product differentiation is why your product is different and better than everyone else's. For market segmentation, your customers' qualities can be grouped as follows: geographic region, ethnic origin, income, age, married or single, gender, women, working versus housewife, education, occupation, religion, lifestyle, attitudes, motives. Use this knowledge to help you develop a customer profile. What does this group of customers want? Give it to them. 4 primary markets exist, but they are not mutually exclusive: consumer, industrial, institutional. Reseller markets, sell to people who will resell. Marketing research tries to answer these questions. Who are the customers? What does he want? Why does he buy or not buy? When does he buy? Beyond studying the customer, study society to feel where it's going, study your competition, study the product to see how you can improve it, study the markets for the product and go where there is no market, like sell Coca-Cola in China, convince third world people they need cell phones, etc. Find secondary market research knowledge at public libraries, university departments of business and economic research, government agencies, professional and trade associations, trade publications, research and non-profit organizations, online research. For primary knowledge, take surveys. Get customers and others to fill out a questionnaire. Ask for product ideas and opinions. Study your competition. Copy their good ideas. Ultimately, decisions are based on a blend of facts and intuition. Marketing research can only go so far. If you want to know what your customers and potential customers are thinking, watch the ads and shows on TV that are directed at your target group. All these people have already done their own market research on that demographic group. Pick up a current magazine directed at that group. Find 2 or 3 websites aimed at that group. Study them, get a feel for them and infer your own ideas. People are for the most part, sheep. They imitate what they see directed at them that's presented as cool, fun, and or cutting-edge stuff. When fitness started creeping into shows and ads on TV in the 1980s, that was a clue that a big fitness boom was taking off. Most marketing is geared for emotional fulfillment, not practical need. It could change if money gets tight, but they're still advertising a lot of frivolous products that people don't really need. Until you see MTV go out of business, remember that life in a capitalist world is all about treating yourself because deserve it and are worth it. Instead of being slick, try to be real. Use customer stories, customers in ads if possible. The customer will buy what he needs or wants as quickly and simply as possible. That's why you have to do what you see and to be in his consciousness, then be ready to sell when he places an order. You need a simple, quick ordering process. People only do research for items that cost more than $50. If the quality of products is poor for products over $50, customers will figure it out and stop buying from you. Marketing Essay 13. How do you get and keep good customers? It's all about service to the customer. People care about themselves, not about you and your company. They will come back if you treat them well, but other than that, they don't particularly care about you, which is why you should care about them and keep your ego in your back pocket. Marketing is knowing what the customer wants because you have done homework in such ways as talking to people, doing customer surveys, having people use your product then commenting on it, doing a test run in a small area, etc. You are always trying to make a better product in response to feedback from customers. After you know what he or she wants, you have to package it up so that it looks good, offer it at a good price, then you have to get your customer to buy the product by promoting it any intelligent way you can without making yourself look like a bumbling fool. Some promotions backfire. They are meant to be funny but look stupid. This is why not all promotions are good and why I'm a straight shooter. I don't look for silly things that are supposed to be funny in ads. I respect straight information. Marketing must be used to build you up and give you a good reputation. If it does anything else, it's no good for you. Develop a good reputation above all else. You're not just selling a product. You're selling your customer service too. Your company is a brand, a total shopping experience, as they say. The major marketing questions are as follows. Do you love your own product and believe in it? Are there enough customers out there that justify you making a living from operating your business? Does your business have the potential to be profitable? What is the clearest, simplest vision for your company? How good to great are your products? Is your product something people need or is it a luxury? Who is your market? What types of people want your products? Why does the customer want your product? Why do some potential customers not buy your product at all or buy a competitor's instead? What is the best price for maximum profits, meaning at what price will you sell the most widgets at the greatest overall profit? Where should you sell your products? Do people want to buy your product? Who exactly is interested in your product? Are sales relatively steady all the time or are they cyclical in response to some condition such as swimming pools being only popular in the summer months? Are there subsidiary things you can sell to these customers? Do you have a patent on your products? What kind of customer service do you have? What is the next stage in the development of your product, or is it nearing obsolescence? What written information do you offer about your product in hard copy and on the internet? What can you do to make your customers happy? What type of advertising do you do? What is the main message in your advertising? Can you get the product to your customers quickly? Is your retail store in a good location? Does it look good outside and inside? In addition to selling retail, can you find distributors willing to buy from you to resell to the retail market? What about internet sales in general? What about the internet auction sites? Can you sell there too? It comes down to product, customer, and the spiritual vision of the company. Who are you? What type of image are you putting out? What is your product all about and how is your customer related to it? Clarify all these things, then go do whatever it is you want to do in marketing your product. Market segmentation is made up of several factors as follows. Age, which also equates to the generation of the person. Gender. Income. Type of occupation. Level of education achieved. Family size. Region where you live. Size of town. Weather patterns. Religion. Race. Ethnicity. Type of household, single parents, traditional family, etc. Socioeconomic status. Hobbies, lifestyle. Type of shopper, early buyer of new products to the late buyer. Frequency of shopping, light to heavy. Great companies take their marketing seriously. They study people, identify their customers, see what they want, then try to please them. Good marketing is respecting good customers so much that you are trying to please them all the time every way you can. You don't want to waste time with bad or mediocre customers who always complain and hardly ever buy anything. Focus on your good customers. Show them the benefits of your products. Brand your product to a good, positive name and concept. Look at all the brand names and product images out there. Get your ideas from them, then create your own. Once you create a brand name, that's your figurehead symbol. Plaster it everywhere as the representation of your company. Your job is to make your brand name a recognized celebrity among all the other corporate brand names out there. Tell the people you're trying to please them over and over again. Never stop telling them this. Tell them why you're so unique and better than anyone else, but don't make it sound like bullshit. Do it through your work. Be real, simple, plain and clear. Success comes a little at a time, one customer at a time. Treat everybody a little bit better than the next guy would. Make an extra effort to reach new customers. Put your website and toll-free number everywhere. Don't depend on anything to sell itself, no matter how good it is. Market it. Make it an easy process to buy your product. Always show appreciation to your customers any way you can think of. Be humble, not arrogant in your advertising and promoting. Don't run frivolous, teaser or image ads. Run ads that communicate your message positively and simply. Get rid of bad workers and poor products. Create new products or improve existing ones. Hire good people. When times are bad, increase service to keep customers and attract new ones. Don't scrimp to save money because you'll end up losing customers. Don't be too new, cool, and trendy in your advertising and promotion. People like stable, traditional things. Try to keep the company people all on the same page. You don't want dissenters. Sell your ideas such that everybody is happy to support them. There is no such thing as perfection. Go with pretty good. If you wait to achieve perfection, your competition will win. Get your product out there and innovate later. Look at all the versions of MS Windows out there. Be in the business of marketing as opposed to just making the product. Anybody can make a product. Nike gets companies overseas to make its products. It focuses on promotion and advertising. Look where it got it, #1 in the footwear industry. Keep your message simple and brief. Be action-oriented in getting your message out as opposed to sitting in your shop quietly selling one widget at a time. You're always trying to be sociable, helping, educational, informative, entertaining and inspiring. There are many ways to do this, all the way from fundraisers to teaching classes. They will all help your business. You must freely offer your expertise when asked questions. Learn the various modes of media and technology and use them wisely. The more connected and accessible you are, the better your business is. Try hard every day. Learn how to market by identifying your competition and studying what they do. Copy their good ideas. If you get profitable and ambitious enough, expand to other areas and countries. Be realistic. Don't expect instant success in any venture. Be smart. Make your plan. Get off your ass and do things. Marketing one-liners. Try HF5415 or number 658.8 at the library for books about marketing. Marketing materials are ads, brochures, direct mail, email, flyers, giveaways, letters to the editor, newsletters, opinion pieces, press releases. Market anything by loving it and believing in it. Create a website. Send out flyers. Send out press releases to try to get into the media. Create a useful newsletter. Use signs. Maintain an interesting angle. Modern-day marketing campaigns focus much less on the product and much more on the needs of the customer. Connect with your target audiences in deep and personal ways. Act like you care. Create a community like a website with a chat room on it. People are more committed to giving money to organizations and causes they believe will bring about social change. If you want customers, you have to be the best, then tell people about it. You've got to remove any risk they might have of doing business with you. Attract lots of customers. Get repeat business. Provide great service. Provide solutions. Love your products. Boost morale, inspire your sales staff. When you see opportunity, follow through on your convictions. Use a celebrity look-alike in your ads. Have creative presentations. Don't compromise your standards. If you believe you can do something, give it all you got. Packaging has to make people feel like they want to buy it. It has to be cute and colorful to some extent. Copy what you see that you like. Find a niche and master it. Be the biggest discounter in your product area. Base your marketing on the personality of your business. Stay true to your business message. Be unique. What do you do to help people? Who is your customer? Who are your competitors? What makes your business unique? What makes you cool and unique? What do your customers want? Have a consistent brand so people know what you stand for. Create love for your products. Pick a cool, simple name and tagline after it that tells something about what you do. Get the customer to pay attention to you. This is the hardest question to solve. Will you be practical, cool, or both? Look at the websites of successful companies. Try to imitate their websites. Focus on the emotion, to get the customer excited. Communicate the right message to the right audience. Send press releases and get product reviews. Advertise. Sales promotion uses items such as premiums, giveaways, brochures, and coupons. Media appearances. Give energy. Never stop promoting. Synergism is marketing on all cylinders. If you keep pushing, some big guns might see you and give you a big contract. Consider trade shows. Offer solutions. What do you do to benefit the customer? What can you do for them? A fundamental rule of marketing is to find a need and fill it. Then let people know you filled it. Appeal to the couch shopper. Make up nice catalogs/brochures and get them out there. If your market is young people, find a way to connect with them, to help them feel that your company is hip, so to speak. You must have an aura of integrity and dedication to be on the cutting edge of the field. Exploit your strengths. Customer service is always everything, service with a smile. Package the product such that it makes people feel good. Help them relax, get rid of some stress. People want information to help them live better lives. Help them with that and they will come back. Adapting to change means success. You can create great TV ads with simple video production software. Know your competition, study them, learn from them. Keep up with changes in society that might affect your business. Buyers look for the seller offering the best deal. Personally, I look through the ads and coupons in the phone book. People don't like to be intruded upon, but if your message is great, you have to get it to them somehow. Use technology to your fullest advantage. Marketing is moving in the direction of target marketing. Find your demographics market and cater to them. The more you give, the more business you get. The more positive your attitude, the more you will attract people. The more you answer questions and offer free information, the more customers you will get. Make your hard copy promotional materials informative. Go easy on the hard sell. Make a simple sales pitch at the end of the article. Look around for opportunities to offer new products and services to your inventory. Send your customers new catalogs or emails describing new products. Be cheap without appearing cheap. If you provide a high-quality product, you won't need to hype it up. It will speak for itself. Your business tone in your promotional literature speaks volumes about you. You must project a happy, confident image. Post ads on local bulletin boards and online community free nets. The best telemarketing is when you put your toll-free number out there and people call you, not you them out of the blue. Include your website, phone number, and fax with every ad. Get a large ad for the yellow pages. Advertise in several different categories if applicable. You could offer to barter some of your products for advertising space or time in the media. Remember, if it's unsold, it's gone forever. Offer to barter your products for their unsold time. Try to develop a newsletter or magazine to go along with your business. You're not there to hard sell a sale to make a profit. You're there to tell people how much you can help them. Good marketing is to focus on your target market. Trust your intuition. Sex sells. Vanity sells. Treat your small customers as well as you treat the big ones. Keep your written literature short and sweet. Advertising is good and necessary. If you want to expand, word of mouth is not enough. Analyze the market. Target your customers. Always keep your advertising/marketing as simple as possible. Know your customers. Learn from them. Get new customers by pleasing your existing customers and offering them a coupon for every new customer they refer to you who you send a free catalog to. When you provide free information and good customer service, customers stay. Be both present-oriented and future-oriented. Don't live in delusion. Be realistic about your success. Make your retail outlet look clean, well-kept, and professional, like you have pride in it and want business. Be enthusiastic and positive. The more knowledgeable you are about business, generally the more successful you will be. Marketing methods. Some marketing methods are door-to-door flyers, bulk mail flyers, telemarketing, signs on bulletin boards, ads in newspapers, ad in the yellow pages, sign on business vehicle, ads on radio and TV. Billboards. Advertising promotions like free calendars, pens, t-shirts, etc. with your name on them. Trade shows. Media event. Sponsoring public events like Veterans Reunion, Kids Free Immunization Shots, Charity Supper for Diabetes Research, Charity Barbecue for New Kids Community Center, etc. Use merchandise displays. Get a booth in a mall. Offer to host a radio show in your area of expertise. Set up at trade shows, fairs, flea markets, etc. Marketing strategy. A marketing strategy is a plan or strategy you make for getting your product out into the public consciousness and selling it to them. Get your team together or by yourself, decide on how you will package your product to sell it to the public or your target market. In the old days, people assumed that products sold themselves probably because they were selling essentials back then. The butcher and the baker put a sign up and you went to them for meat or bread. It was that simple. Nowadays, most products are not essentials, and if they are, you got a dozen choices or so. The marketing people at business schools and at big corporations have come up with elaborate theories and campaigns to separate themselves from the competition through branding methods devised by marketing strategy theory. To me, there is nothing complex about it. You just have to realize that it's not good enough to create a great product. With so much media stuff and commercial advertising competing for space in our thoughts, you have to devise a way to let people know you have a great product and that you're open for business. It's that simple. You have to let people know you exist. If you have a great product but don't advertise, you're sunk. I've seen plenty of examples of inferior products, and in the book industry, inferior information books become major sellers because they were hyped up while the superior product was not advertised heavily, so it didn't make great sales. So the lesson is that marketing, packaging and advertising is important no matter how much you think it isn't. Marketing by itself won't work for very long. The company has to be good enough to stand on its own. Then you can bring marketing strategies in. If you use marketing strategies on a lackluster company to try to create new products and find new customers, so what? Your gimmicky new products will fail and the new customers will soon see that you're not really a solid company, so they'll drop you. There are professional market research firms that will do market research for you, then set up a marketing strategy for launching a new product. Marketing Strategy Guide. Use the following questions as a guide when making up a marketing strategy. Customers. What is the product? Is it a need or an entertainment product? What does the customer see in this product? Who's my target market? Why do they want it? How much does the consumer want or need it? Is it a planned or impulse buy? Is it a cool product in the status sense, or is it just a generic product with no status attachments? Market analysis. How is the economy doing? What about competition for our product? How is our company doing in general? What is our position in the market? How will we get it to market? How will we package it? Can we tie it in with other products? How will we distribute the product? Promotion. What is our branding, advertising and selling hook? What type of media will we use? How will we educate our dealers? Will we offer them incentives? Will we have consumer promotions, coupons, contests, etc.? What about the price? Are we going for low price high volume or high price low volume? How many do we have to sell to break even? Evaluate costs. Make projections. What do we owe? Are we realistic or self-deluded with our projections? What about the product life cycle? Will it die a natural death, or can we change it to breathe new life into it? Map out the distribution chain and write down the prices and costs at each level. What will the distribution strategy be? Exclusive, selective, and mass market. Negotiate the distribution terms. Who in the distribution chain dictates the terms of the relationship? The 4 Ps of marketing strategy are product, place, promotion, and price. Constantly revise your marketing strategy as you go along. ChaziOnline.com, Marketing Strategies for a Fee. Chapter 3. Marketing Topics 1. Affiliate Marketing in the Real World. Most of us know about affiliate marketing on the internet, where non-competing businesses put a link on their websites to your retail website. In the real world, you find non-competing businesses in your area or other mail order businesses. If you are in mail order, approach them and tell them that you will include a coupon with every sale you make for a 15 to 20% discount for anyone who buys something from their store if they will do the same for you, and or put some of these coupons on their display counter beside the cash register. If you're into mail order, you could ask for an exchange of mailing lists or email mailing lists so you can each send sales letters to the people on that list. The concept is to ally with non-competing businesses somehow. Store could stock your product if you agree to stock his. The ideas are endless as to how you can ally with someone else to increase business. If you run an ice cream parlor, go into virtually any business with coupons for buy one ice cream cone and get one free. Virtually every business will agree to display them because it makes them look good too, like they're offering you a freebie. Baby boomer websites. My definition of a baby boomer is someone born between 1945 and 1964. For business people, use these websites to help you market to this group of people. AgingBabyBoomerGuide.com, AgingHipsters.com, BabyBoomerMagazine.com, BabyBoomers.com. Color in Business. ColorExpert.com/color-consulting. Market cool/be a cool brand. Create an emotional connection. Be creative, funny, inspiring, cool or nostalgic. Try to create a positive emotion plus intensity for it. Tie yourself to something cool like sponsor a skateboarding contest or a young musicians contest. Think of a cool pop culture act like music, movies, or sports. What's their appeal? Imitate it for what you do. How do you create fans and excitement? Fans invest time, emotion, and money into building and maintaining a relationship to a brand. Create a unique experience that people will pay for. Kick ass and leave a footprint. Have a long-lasting effect on people's emotions, experiences, and lives. Be sexy. Do good marketing, strive for customer satisfaction. Do something new and innovative. Do what is required to stay relevant in the culture. Promise high performance and high design. Help make people more attractive to members of the opposite sex. Keep up to date with the times. Act activist for good causes. Passion and energy create good brands. People respect sweat. How do you get market dominance? Help people get healthier, more beautiful, or lose weight. Is cool a part of fashion? Help people be active, energetic, and young at heart. It's more profitable to serve existing customers more frequently than to acquire new ones. Cross-marketing info. Cross-marketing is taking your customer base and selling them related products. If you sell snowmobiles, sell everything related to snowmobiles from snowsuits to tools to a computer game called snowmobile racing. Data digging/data profiling. There are companies around that combine a bunch of public records databases to come up with a data profile on individuals and companies where all this information is centralized into one file, including a photograph from the driver's license, marriage and divorce records, credit record, criminal record, where it's publicly available, home ownership, telephone number, family members, vehicle ownership, boat registration, airplane ownership, spending habits, from credit card records, medical records, etc. These are currently used by two entities. Governments, to assess people as terroristic threats. Marketers, to profile people for direct advertising. As far as I know, there are some techniques that businesses, marketers, and market research firms use to collect data on people using the internet, then send them spam or unsolicited emails/web ads based on the results they got from these data mining ventures. What they do is something like this. They offer the internet user free software, a free screensaver or something like that. When the viewer accepts it, they bury some kind of cookie or spyware file in with it which tracks back what websites the viewer surfed. Then based on some kind of computer program they have, ads are suggested to target at this viewer based on his or her surfing habits, and the ads are sent out. If this isn't yet illegal, it's still unethical and violates the normal privacy any citizen should be expected to have, but it's everywhere. Your computer gets infected with this data mining program and all of a sudden, you start getting email ads and pop-up ads. Data mining is also used with legitimate customers of a company. The company monitors their buying habits, then makes suggestions of related products. Buzzmetrics.com, choicepoint.com/industry/all products, consumerwebwatch.org. Focus groups in business. To check out an idea you have for a new product or service, get a group of 4 to 8 disinterested people together in a room who have no emotional or business connection with you or your company. Ask them for their opinions on the concepts you put out. They discuss them. You tape them and/or take notes. If you feel that the group dynamic could sway opinions, ask them to write out their answers or talk to them individually, then discuss it as a group. Pay them $20 or give them a gift afterwards. It shouldn't take longer than an hour. High school kids are good subjects because they're trying to prove how with it they are. Get your company listed in business directories. Get your company listed in some of those big reference books that list companies. Librariesanddirectories.com, thebusinesslibrary.com, rmlibrary.com, thesafetylibrary.com, thairlibrary.com, thetransportationlibrary.com. Chapter 4. Marketing Topics 2. Holistic Marketing Info. Holistic marketing is examining yourself to figure out what your calling is. You want to help your customers. They need to be able to feel comfortable and trust who they are doing business with. In order to be successful, you have to be ready to market yourself every day. Treat it the same as making a new friend or acquaintance. Be friendly, nice, confident, and don't make it seem like the objective is to sell. Find a marketing strategy that works for whatever it is you are trying to market. If there is more than just one person involved in the marketing, make sure that everyone takes part in the marketing plan. Holistic marketing is a heart-centered approach to expanding and promoting one's business. The intention is to make an emotional connection with what is being offered. Holistic marketing is a personal process of building relationships with prospective customers by helping them. Share helpful information from your website. Selling is accomplished through offering value up front with no risk on the part of the prospective client. In holistic marketing, you see the buyer's point of view. Successful companies are those who can meet customer needs economically, conveniently, and with effective communication. Building mutually satisfying long-term relationships with key parties like customers, financiers, suppliers, distributors, and others. Holistic marketing incorporates social responsibility marketing. You create a brand of being a good, green, caring capitalist who wants to help others while earning a living. Continuously create new ideas if the company is to prosper in a hyper-competitive economy. Strive to help your customer. You need to understand the customers with whom you've been successful and why. Marketing to minorities. Treat each other with dignity and respect. The world is changing. Adapt to it or get out of business. If you look around much, America is not white anymore, especially in the big cities. The major groups are the Latinos, Blacks, and Asians. If you spend time in the southern states, you soon notice that a lot of characters in TV commercials are Hispanic because they're trying to get the Hispanic customer. The crux of marketing to minorities is to hire a diverse employee base and cater to a culturally diverse audience. If you want to increase market share, you have to make people feel welcome in your store. One way to do that is to have minorities working there. The next way is to make people feel welcome when they come to your store regardless of race or color. Cultural sensitivity is a fancy term coming onto the scene which simply means be friendly and helpful to everybody regardless of creed, and if they seem insecure or can't speak the language very well, try to put them at ease and help them make it easy to do business with you. Respect the holidays of every religious and minority group. Put up a few posters or community announcements from all groups in your store. Play ethnic background music in your store. In a lot of communities, there are Hispanic and Black newspapers. Advertise in them. Put your ad in Spanish and in English in the Spanish newspaper. There are even minority TV and radio stations. You can advertise on them too. If you try too hard to appease minorities by acting like them, they may resent it. For example, I knew one white dude who started talking like a hip-hop jive turkey whenever a black guy came into his store, even if the black guy was an Arya, black on the outside, white on the inside. It was too obvious. Just be yourself over trying to put on an act and slapping high fives with the brothers. Many of them don't like that stereotype. If you're a manufacturer who sells anything with instructions, pay a translator to put them in English, French, Spanish, Chinese, German, etc. Put minorities as some of your front people and offer the ability to deal in Spanish or Chinese if they want. Encourage a brotherhood of humanity working together team as part of your corporate culture. Some companies have cultural awareness training which is meant to break stereotypes. Not all blacks listen to rap. Not all Hispanics dance the samba, not all Arabs are terrorists, not all white people can't jump, etc. Cross-cultural communication is a term used to denote that people of different cultures come together in the workplace to come to a common language and way of operating that they all agree to. It's a standard that they can all understand and live with. A lot of things can get confused between different cultures. They have different body language, different mannerisms, voice tone, different ways of negotiating, etc. There are workshops and classes for this, to learn how other cultures operate and to try to bring everybody to a middle ground method of operation. Speak clearly and slowly to people who have another native tongue with limited knowledge of English. Make teamwork the mantra and have occasional training programs to keep the troops motivated. Have the attitude or intention of let's all be friends and get along. Change things to please some minorities. For example, some airlines have added Mexican food to their menus. Just think, what would Jesus do in any situation? Keep the lines of communication open. Cater to minorities. Ask them what they want from your company. Have a policy of no tolerance for any discrimination, even if it's supposedly in the name of fun, taking a joke as they say. Help minority employees with extra education if they want. Promote a few to leadership positions. Go out into the minority community as a company to do charity work. Don't reveal prejudice through your idle chatter. If you plan to expand to other countries, learn a little about their culture before you go. When you show people from another culture that you made an effort to learn something about their culture, you will win brownie points from them. Arrogance and competition are accepted as signs of winners in American society, but in other countries, these are taboo qualities. In order to play it safe at work, don't even acknowledge that another employee is of a different race or ethnic origin and suggest a task that her type of people are suited for. Ross Perot made this slip of the tongue by referring to a group of blacks as "you people." They took it as an insult. It's better to treat everybody the same rather than trying extra hard to treat minorities extra special. This is still prejudice. You're still singling them out. Minorities have distinct desires in certain consumer products. Provide them. Refer to the section on minority groups elsewhere in this book and use it to help you market to them. Put flags of different countries up in your store, particularly the Canadian and Mexican flags. Don't put white power stuff up in your store. In some places you see a Confederate flag. This immediately makes blacks feel uneasy. If your business is in a Hispanic area, hire a retail clerk who speaks Spanish. You can buy mailing lists of people of different ethnic minorities, get some ads translated into their mother tongue, then send them to them. If you run a big company, offer telephone customer service in a number of different languages. Try number 658.81 at the library for books about marketing to minorities. You can find books about multiculturalism at number 305.800-899, number 306.84, FC104, F1035, HM276, or HT1507 at the library. ADL.org, Anti-Defamation. ChannelM.com, Multicultural TV. WorldCulture.com. Southern Poverty Law Center. 400 Washington Avenue, Montgomery, Alabama 36104. 334-956-8200. SBLcenter.org. For help in dealing with prejudice. Market saturation info. Market saturation has two meanings. 1. Just about everybody who is going to buy product X has bought one. You either need a better version or a cheaper price, so they'll buy another one. 2. The marketplace is flooded with product X. This is sometimes associated with MLM pyramid schemes where lots of people become distributors of product X and there's no one around to be a customer. In order to sell some product X, the price goes way down. technerati.com/tag/market saturation. Neuromarketing info. Neuromarketing is the new pseudoscience of hooking subjects up to brain scans that measure brain electrical activity, then showing them something from the marketing world to see if they get excited about it. They use functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, to measure changes in brain activity in specific parts of the brain in response to stimuli. This supposedly gives them knowledge about what excites potential consumers. Through neuromarketing, they've found that the warning labels on cigarette packages have a reverse effect. People feel rebellious when they smoke, which is a good emotion for them. They've tested book covers on people to help determine the best book covers. They also record temperature changes on the face. The more temperature change means the more emotion the variable elicits from them. It's a wide open area of exploration. I personally think it's another one of them phony fields, kinda like the Wizard of Oz phenomena. They come out with this fancy sounding term, make it seem like they got some advanced knowledge, then sell it to all the suckers out there in the guise of the latest cutting edge marketing technology. It's basic. People get excited by pictures or words of the base pleasures, sex, food, money, love. Neurosciencemarketing.com/blog, neuromarketing, where brain science and marketing meet. brayinguide.ca/neuro-marketing. brayinguide.co.uk/publications/neuro-marketing. Relationship marketing info. Show your customers that you love them, or at least love their business. It doesn't matter if this love is fake or real as long as it delivers the service the customer wants. This is the crux of relationship marketing. Despite the several complex books I scanned about relationship marketing, the process is simple. Do everything you can to make the customer think your company is great and you're his friend. Make it easy for him to order, ship the stuff out fast, talk to him if he calls, use real live operators as opposed to an answering machine, have good prices, etc. The traditional method of marketing is to saturate the mainstream and your target market with your pitch and try to get the most amount of sales as you can out of them. The so-called new way, called relationship marketing, is to take this person who has bought product X from you and try to bring him further into your fold through seduction. You offer him a 24-hour customer service line, a good warranty, good instructions, an educational website, an email question line where you can email questions, a virtual community where you can meet other customers interested in the same field/hobby that you are, product updates automatically sent via email, an email newsletter, etc. The idea is that customer Z buys widget X from your company. He has a problem. He calls the customer support line and gets the help he needs. He registers the product by sending an email in. In return, the company sends out a regular email discussing the latest in related high-tech gadgets and other things. All these things make the customer feel good, makes him feel like this company gives a damn about him, that they're looking out for his best interests. This is the game. You get the customer initially by any means possible, but the critical thing is that after he buys from you once, you show him that you care about his satisfaction with your product. You don't overdo though. One major electronics company is a pain in the butt to me because every time I make a purchase, even if it's just a few batteries, they want my name, address and phone number. And I don't like surveys which are really just disguised sales pitches either. Be there with a 24-hour customer service line, have an interesting website, send out catalogs or email newsletters every 3 months or so, and that's enough to convince people that you're a good company interested in your customers. Generally, the higher the cost of the product, the more the customer appreciates personalized service. If it's just generic functional stuff like bread or soap, he doesn't want you bugging him with the technical specs of it. It's called relationship marketing because you're trying to get the customer to develop a personal relationship with your company such that he sees you as a bunch of good guys out there to help him and he can relate to that. That's what it comes down to. Help him any way you can, generally by offering a great product at a great price with good customer service, an educational social website, and sending him new catalogs every several months. This is basically enough. You're not directly trying to sell him anything. You're just supporting his product purchase from you. If he likes what he sees, he will develop a personable, loyal relationship with you. He will think those guys were pretty good. When I called at 3 o'clock in the morning, the guy was right there to help me through the snag. This happened to me with an HD DVD. I was impressed with the company. If I buy another one, it will probably be from them. Get feedback from the customers as to how to better your product, service, and company. Try number 658.8 or HF5415 at the library. AARM.org, Association for the Advancement of Relationship Marketing.